to the plate and just go wild. And last night was one of those nights. For the 11th time this year, the Barnstormers reached double figures in offense. Last night they didn't slow down. They racked up a total of 18 runs on 20 hits in the series opener against the wild-held Genomes, winning by a score of 18-5. Will they be able to do the same to Destin Beggs here tonight? Well, the Barnstormers have done it to Beggs once, and then the last time that the Barnstormers faced the Genomes right-hander, they didn't get much done at all. They didn't score an earned run off of him, and Beggs ended up on the winning end of a 7-2 score. The Barnstormers are playing well at home. They've won six straight here at Clipper Magazine Stadium, and there are 10 more to go on this current homestand with the right-hander Brooks Hall on the mound tonight for the Barnstormers, 1-1 and a 2.81 ERA. He's had just one bad inning since coming back to the Barnstormers and makes his sixth start here tonight. Beggs is 5-3 with a 5.63 ERA, but a guy who was 4-0 as he really caught fire in the month of June. One of those wins coming here at Clipper Magazine Stadium on the 15th of June. We'll take a look at the starting lineups tonight. First for the visiting Genomes, it will be Luke Becker leading off at first base. Becker had a heck of a game of his own last night. Both leadoff hitters were locked in all night long. The third baseman will be Moises Sierra batting second. Jimmy Paredes will again play second base. He's hitting third. The cleanup batter is the former American League home run champion Chris Davis. He will be the DH. Chris Shaw will be in right field batting fifth. The catcher in the number 6 slot is Carlos Castro. Teodoro Martinez will bat seventh. He's in left. The center fielder batting eighth is Demetrius Moore. And Clayton Melbauer is the shortstop. He is batting in the number 9 slot. Beggs on the hill is overall 5-3 with a 5.63 earned run average. For the Barnstormers, exactly the same starting lineup that Ross Peoples put out there last night. Sean Dunston Jr. leading off in center. The second baseman batting number 2 is Melvin Mercedes. Kelly Dugan will bat third as the DH. The cleanup hitter is the first baseman Andretti Cordero. Colton Shaver batting fifth, doing the catching. Trayvon Robinson will hit sixth. He is out in left field. The right fielder batting seventh is Anderson Felice. Jake Hoover at shortstop batting eighth, and Trace Lair is the third baseman batting in the number 9 slot. Brooks Hall on the mound. Hall is 1-1 with a 2.81 earned run average, coming off a stellar 7-inning shutout performance against the York Revolution back on Monday. He had the no-hitter into the 7th inning, gave up a double to Elmer Reyes, survived that, ended up walking 2, striking out 9 in his performance in the Barnstormers 3-1 win back on Monday night. It is Farm Show weekend at Clipper Magazine Stadium, and I got treated to one of those amazing milkshakes earlier tonight before we went on the air. And if I sound a little bit raspy, it's actually the reason why. The milkshake still settling down. But boy, you want to talk about tremendous, legitimate milkshake. No, nothing artificial about it. The chocolate syrup, the ice cream, the dairy, just an amazing thing to be treated to on Farm Show night. So all the more reason you should make a trip out to Clipper Magazine Stadium. The rains have passed through this area. No problem getting a ball game in tonight. And we'll have fireworks to follow our ball game here this evening. The opposing managers, Mark Minikazi of the Genomes, Ross Peoples of the Barnstormers, exchanging the lineup cards. It will be Derek Moshe calling balls and strikes here tonight. Nate Caldwell will be the first base umpire. And over at third is to be P.J. McConville and this 3-man umpiring crew. Barnstormers and the wild-held Genomes for the middle game of this 3-game series. We'll wrap it up tomorrow at 1 o'clock, and the High Point Rockers will be paying us a visit for the first and only time here in 2022 beginning on Tuesday. The Charleston Dirty Birds will be coming in on Friday, and they will play all 6 of their games here in Lancaster in a row, Friday through Sunday, skip a day, and then Tuesday through Thursday, as the Barnstormers continue what is eventually to be a 14-game homestand here at Clipper Magazine Stadium. So this one and following today, 10 more here in Lancaster as the Barnstormers try to jump out ahead in the second half. Right now, the Barnstormers are tied for second in the North Division, a game behind of all teams, Staten Island. The club that had the worst record in the Atlantic League in the first half is unbeaten in the second half. They've started off 4-0. The Barnstormers matching Southern Maryland with 3-1 records to start the second half. Long Island 1-2, and not quite the start that the York Revolution had been expecting. York is 0-3. Their offense all of a sudden just got turned off this week, not only dropping 3 of 5 and getting very little done offensively against the Barnstormers, but they lost again last night, dropping a 3-1 decision to the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. So the Barnstormers clad in their black jerseys tonight with the white and red stripes. The Genomes are in light blue with pink trim, and the Barnstormers behind Brooks Hall ready to hit the field here at Clipper Magazine Stadium as we get baseball underway here this evening. It is a lovely night for baseball. The temperatures only in the 70s here in Lancaster. We had quite a bit of rain earlier today, though not as much as they did just to our south in Maryland and Virginia, where they had some flooding. We had showers on and off during the night. I guess a couple of times they were fairly heavy, but now beautiful weather here in downtown Lancaster, and we'll send you down now to the field and our opening ceremonies here tonight.
Oh, say, can you sing like the dawn's early light? What so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave?
National anthem this evening at Clipper Magazine Stadium. The Lancaster Barnstormers taking on the Kentucky Wild Health Genomes. Officially the Wild Health Genomes, the second team to play at Wild Health Field in Lexington, Kentucky here in 2022. We don't know how far beyond that. Not quite sure how the Atlantic League is going to be structured for next season and into the future, but ultimately this league would like to have 12 teams, and my personal feeling is if the league should go to 12 teams ever, it should go to a 3-divisional setup with the geography. Now, it depends on who the other 2 teams are, but say you get a couple teams up in New England, then you have a very natural 3-divisional alignment with the 4 teams in the Northeast, and then the central teams. You'd have York and Lancaster, Hagerstown, Maryland's coming in, and Southern Maryland, and very limited travel among those 4 clubs. It's only a couple of hours from here to Hagerstown. It's 2.5 down to Southern Maryland, so you'd have a very short travel within the division here if We have the Central, and then the South would be Lexington, Charleston, High Point, and Gastonia. And it's not a horrible drive among those clubs, but it does take, I guess, about 4 hours to get from High Point to Charleston or Gastonia to Charleston. We'll learn about that. We do have a High Point Charleston run toward the very end of the season. Brooks Hall on the hill tonight for the Lancaster Barnstormers, 6'5" right-hander from Anderson, South Carolina. 1-1 his record with a 2.81 ERA. In his 5 starts, he has worked 25 2/3 innings, giving up 19 hits, 8 runs all earned. He has walked 7, and Brooks has struck out 27. Strikeout still a very big thing for this Lancaster Barnstormers pitching staff. They have almost 1 per inning now, 594 strikeouts as a staff. In 603 1/3 innings, they lead the league. First pitch to Luke Becker, the first baseman, is down and in. Ball 1, no strikes. Becker 3 out of 4 last night. He made the final out in the 8th inning. He had a home run, a couple of doubles, and a walk along the way a night ago. Hall now misses, and it is 2 balls and no strikes. Wild Health Genomes here for the second of 3. Pitch by Hall, and he misses again. He wasn't off the mark by this much at any point in the start on Monday, but he trails here against Becker, 3-0. Moises Sierra, the third baseman, waits on deck. To Becker, a strike on the inside corner. Hall fights back. It is 3-1. Overall, Luke Becker batting .300. He has a dozen home runs on the year and 44 driven in. A couple of home runs here in Lancaster. Swinging a topper foul. We get to 3 balls and 2 strikes on the switch hitting Becker. He also had an inside the park home run against the Barnstormers at Wild Health Field during Lancaster's visit there back in May. 3-2. Hall battling back here. The payoff pitch on Becker fouled into the screen, and he wasn't far off of that. 3 balls, 2 strikes, the continuing count. Hall, who won 11 games for the Barnstormers during the regular season and 1 more in the playoffs back in 18. Returned for 1 start last year, and now a member of the rotation. Swing and a miss, so he came all the way back from 3 balls and no strikes. Stefan Becker starting off the game, 1 out. Moises Sierra, the third baseman, a right-handed hitter, will step in. Sierra is hitting .295 for the year with 6 home runs and 29 runs batted in. The Genomes are 2-2 here and 1-2 against the Barnstormers in Lexington, but that certainly goes against the grain really for both of these teams, who have far better records at home than on the road. Ground ball, second base, off a broken bat. Melvin Mercedes with plenty of time for the throw. Sierra's out 4-3. We have 2 gone. And the switch hitting second baseman Jimmy Paredes will come to the plate. Paredes had a solid night last night. He was 2 for 3 and scored a couple of runs before leaving late in the game. Mark Minikazi set some people down with the one-sided affair. He also used 3 position players to pitch in the waning stages of that game last night. 2 outs, nobody on base, and here is Paredes. Hall likes to work quickly. He'll deliver. That's a strike. He's ahead of Paredes at 0-1. Teammates with the Barnstormers for about a month back in 18. Hall to Paredes is high and outside. It is 1-1. Brooks throwing some fastballs early. Pulls the string there, and Paredes out ahead of it. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The velocity for Brooks topping out at around 94. He's got a great variety, and he's been throwing them all for strikes. 1-2, Paredes fouls that off. He just got a piece of it, and we will stay at a ball and 2 strikes. The Barnstormers on defense once again have Trace Lair at third. The shortstop is Jake Hoover, Melvin Mercedes at second, and Andretti Cordero at first. Colton Shaver doing the catching. And the outfield has Robinson, Dunston, and Felice from left around to right, leaving Lancaster with a bench of Anthony Peroni and Devon Torrance. Here's a 1-2 inside, forcing Paredes back off the plate. Now a count of 2-2. Wild Health batting in the top of the first. 2 outs, nobody on base. Here's the motion and the pitch. Pulled foul on the ground. Paredes and Hall will continue to do battle at 2 balls and 2 strikes. And a chance to catch up with Jimmy, albeit briefly, down by the batting cages earlier today. Neither team took batting practice because of the overnight rains. The tarp came off about 2:30. Popped up, out to shallow left by Paredes. Lair goes back. Hoover in behind him, makes the call and the grab. 1, 2, 3 go the Genomes in the top of the first. After Hall looked shaky with his first 3 pitches, he settles down in a hurry and sets them down in a hurry. So we're through 1/2 inning tonight here at Clipper Magazine Stadium with the scoreboard reading. The Wild Health Genomes nothing, and the Lancaster Barnstormers coming up.
The sounds of summer. Can it get any better? Oh yeah, I forgot about that one. Discover the unforgettable sensations of the Lexus Performance lineup. Explore the possibilities of a Lexus at the Golden Opportunity sales event, now through September 6th. See Bobby Rahal Lexus in Mechanicsburg or Lancaster County.
This season offers a whole line of new items from Otto's Hospitality. Dig into the world-famous Nathan's Hot Dogs. Take a trip to Otto's Cantina for a walking taco or your favorite adult beverage. Enjoy a helmet of Otto's meatballs or a sausage with peppers from the Broken Bat Deck. For the sweet tooth, there are jumbo chocolate chip cookies, Skyline cotton candy, and ice cream novelties. Or simply snack on Emma's popcorn in a variety of exciting flavors. What a great way to savor your time at the ballpark, courtesy of Otto's.
Dustin Beggs makes the start tonight for the Wild Health Genomes. It's the 3rd time the Barnstormers have faced him this year, and the 4th time they have seen him. He's 2-1 against Lancaster. He is 1-1 this season with very, very opposite types of starts. He got hit around pretty badly by the Barnstormers in Lexington back in May, and then turned the tables here. He did allow 8 singles in 5 2/3 innings in his start here. No earned runs, and picked up a win 7-2. He beat Lancaster at one point last year as a member of the Lexington Legends. Beggs, born in Colorado Springs, came to Kentucky as a member of the Kentucky Wildcats pitching staff, and then he was drafted by the Miami Marlins, joining their system back in 2016. He was their 16th round pick, eventually working his way to AAA New Orleans back in 2019. First offering to Sean Dunston Jr., called strike on the outside corner. Dunston, a memorable game last night with 5 hits in 6 at-bats, now hitting .298. He pulls it on the ground, 1 hop to the first baseman Paredes, and Beggs sets down Dunston here tonight. 1 man down, and Melvin Mercedes, the second baseman, will step in. The Barnstormers last night had pressure on the defense of the Genomes all night long. They had 26 at-bats last night, official at-bats, with a runner in scoring position. They had 15 at-bats last night with a runner at third and fewer than 2 outs. That's insane. But it was runners all night long for the Barnstormers, with a total of 20 hits, 3 hit batters, 6 walks, and 1 more reaching on an error. To Mercedes, a called strike, and the count on Melvin is 1-1. Mercedes on the longest active hitting streak for the Barnstormers right now at 7, batting .275 on the year with 4 home runs. He'll take an offering down and away, 2 balls and a strike, and his on-base percentage for the last 19 games or so, pushing 500. He is a tough out. Here's the wind, the 2-1. Snaps back to the outside corner, and as I look down, it is now Nate Caldwell calling balls and strikes here tonight. I had it reversed. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Melvin Mercedes. And he will step out as Beggs takes a little too long. Beggs this year has given up 78 hits in 64 innings, 40 earned runs, 30 walks, 57 strikeouts. Mercedes just gets a piece of that, and in the process, Carlos Castro took a shot on that foul tip. Melvin will toss the ball off to the bat boy as Castro is given a moment to recollect his thoughts. Now up to his feet and walking it off. He got nailed by a foul tip that jumped up and got him. 2-2. Once again to Mercedes, who hasn't done too much against the Genomes. 1 hit last night, but that was a big triple. Ground ball right side here, and it'll sneak through for a base hit. Mercedes on with a base hit for the 8th consecutive game. And the Barnstormers have a 1-out base runner on ahead of Kelly Dugan here in the bottom half of the first inning. No score. Dugan's bat's starting to come back around, and it's starting to come back around with a bunch of singles, and that's very often what power hitters will do when they emerge from a slump. He was only 6 out of 37, a couple of home runs. Now he's had 5 singles over the last 2 games. The average back up to .335. Pitch here is a strike at the knees on a Dustin Beggs fastball. It is 0-1. Andretti Cordero, the first baseman, waits on deck. 23 home runs for Kelly, 67 knocked in on the year. He had 1 run batted in last night. The pitch to him, a swing and a miss. That one breaking loose from the catcher Castro, and Mercedes will go to second on a wild pitch. It was in the dirt. Dugan batting at 0-2, and the Barnstormers have a runner in scoring position. So right now, Kelly would take one of those singles. Mercedes paying greetings to the shortstop Clayton Melbauer as Beggs peers in to get the sign from Castro. Right-hander waits, the target set toward the outside corner. Ground ball on the left side. Mercedes is able to motor ahead to third. The throw is in time to Becker to retire Dugan, the out 5-3. That was great base running on the part of Melvin Mercedes. A ground ball hit in front of him on the left side, but he saw the third baseman, Sierra, going for the ball, which he had to, and that left third base completely vacant. If the ball gets through to the shortstop, you can be thrown out at third. But he recognized the situation. Now here is Cordero trying to pick up the first run of the game. Andretti last night, a pair of doubles and 4 runs batted in. 307 on the year. He will look at a ball outside. It's 1-0. No score, bottom of the first inning. The Barnstormers have worked a runner over to third. Mercedes 90 feet away. Cordero trying to drive in his 60th run of the season. Ball 2 below the knees, and it's 2-0. Colton Shaver, the catcher, waits on deck. He had 3 hits last night. The Barnstormers amassed 20. Everybody in the starting lineup had at least 1, and so did the one player who came in off the bench, Devon Torrance. Here's a 2-0. Ball 3 into the dirt. 3 balls and no strikes. Castro has had to save the last 2. Otherwise, Mercedes could have raced home with the first run. Everything's been hit on the ground against Beggs so far. 3 balls, no strikes. And Cordero also will hit a ground ball. It's fumbled by Melbauer. He can't find the handle. And the Barnstormers will bring home a run. That will be an error on the shortstop Melbauer. No RBI for Andretti Cordero and an unearned run, but the Barnstormers have taken a 1-0 lead, and now Colton Shaver will try to extend that. Beggs has been impressive so far. Gave up the seeing eye single by Mercedes. The only real mistake that Dustin Beggs has made was the wild pitch. Pickoff throw to first, and Cordero gets nabbed, so Shaver will lead off the next inning. 1 run scores, 1 hit, 1 error. Nobody, as it turns out, left on base. And at the end of 1 inning of play, the score is the Lancaster Barnstormers 1 and the Wild held Genomes 0.
Localflavor.com, local flavor. Localflavor.com, local flavor.
Excuse me, are you saying localflavor.com?
Oh, yeah, it's where I save big bucks on all kinds of things. Home improvement projects, dining out, family fun, electronics, jewelry, clothing. I even bought my wife a fancy spa package for half price.
Half price?
Yep, you know all the deals you find in Clipper Magazine.
I love Clipper Magazine.
Well, they're all on localflavor.com too. And you can get them right on your phone thanks to localflavor.com's mobile app. Here, take a look.
Well, this app is amazing. Look at all these restaurants, amusement parks, car washes, fitness centers. This is worth sharing about.
Exactly. Localflavor.com online, the Local Flavor mobile app, and Clipper Magazine together. It's like a triple play.
Do the cheer again. I'm in.
Localflavor.com, local flavor. Come on, everybody! Localflavor.com, local flavor. Localflavor.com, local flavor.
Lancaster County Motors Subaru once again presents the Subaru Outdoor Experience. Located along the first base line, this space welcomes fans to a different experience while attending games. The Subaru Outdoor Experience focuses on creating social engagement among the fans. Fans will identify with the Subaru Outdoor Experience, which includes games like life-size Jenga, shuffleboard, ping pong, giant checkers, and bocce ball, along with an art wall of kayak, bike, and recycling arts parts and information, a dog-kissing booth, a barbershop corner, and opportunities to engage with the local business that made this unique space possible. Come enjoy the games while watching the game.
Lancaster ahead by 1. We go to the top of the second inning, and Chris Davis, K-H-R-I-S Davis, the former Oakland A's slugger, stands in to get things underway. Hall will deal at the knees for a strike. It's 0-1. Brooks Hall and Chris Davis, both products of the Milwaukee Brewers organization originally. And the pitch, Davis with a fly ball, center field, back a step or two, goes Dunston, he'll handle it. And Hall retiring his 4th straight. Chris Davis had a couple of good seasons in the major leagues with the Brewers before he went to Oakland, where he certainly made a name for himself. 40 homers or better, 3 consecutive seasons. Here's Chris Shaw, another former major leaguer. They have 4 in a row in the 2 through 5 slots in this lineup. 1 out, nobody on. Shaw the batter, 279 with 8 homers and 31 driven in on the year. Here's the windup and Hall to the plate. Fastball cut on and missed. Brooks is ahead at 0-1. The Barnstormers' starting pitching has been magnificent. A little bit of a stumble for Niall Ball last night, but not a terrible one. Fastball in there, 0-2. He had trouble with the top 4 in the batting order the first 2 times through. He gave up 5 runs, but 3 earned. Still got the win last night. High pop fly foul by Shaw. And we will continue with a count of no balls and 2 strikes. 1 out, nobody on, top half of the second inning. The Barnstormers pick up an unearned run in the bottom of the first. Here's the motion and the 0-2. Shaw with a swing and another foul fly ball out of play. 2 strikes, the continuing count. Little bit of a breeze, not a strong wind by any stretch of the imagination. Blowing from left across to right here tonight. Here's the wind, 0-2 again to Shaw, and that is cut on and held by Shaver. Second strikeout for Hall, coming off 9 the last time. 2 men down, Carlos Castro, the catcher, waits on deck. And with all the major league experience they have in this lineup and guys capable of doing damage, Castro may be the scariest hitter that the Genomes have, at least right now. He starts the night .320 with 6 homers, 33 runs batted in. But Castro got off to a slow start this year. Since the 21st of May, he is 36 out of 78. He looks at a strike from Hall. It's 0-1, batting .462 in that time. Here's the windup. Hall to the plate, and he has Castro off balance. A little fly ball toward right center field. Dunston will be there. And Brooks Hall shuts the side down in order for the second consecutive inning. Nothing going on for the Genomes, and through 1.5, Lancaster still leads by the score of 1-0.
Ah, the sounds of summer. Can it get any better? Oh yeah, I forgot about that one. Discover the confidence of Lexus Safety System Plus. Explore the possibilities of a Lexus at the Golden Opportunity Sales Event, now through September 6th. See Bobby Rahal Lexus in Mechanicsburg or Lancaster County.
Not a substitute for safe and attentive driving practices. See Owner's Manual.
There is a weekend in July where the baseball world revolves around a village in upstate New York. Baseball Hall of Fame induction weekend in Cooperstown is an unforgettable experience full of family-friendly activities and priceless moments. Make your plans today for July 22nd through 25th for the induction of Bud Fowler, Gil Hodges, Jim Cott, Minnie Minoso, Tony Oliva, Buck O'Neill, and David Ortiz as the class of 2022. Visit baseballhall.org today.
Farm Show weekend, I think, is one of everyone's favorite events here at Clipper Magazine Stadium, and it originated actually as part of the last time that the Barnstormers hosted the now defunct Atlantic League All-Star Game. It was in 2016, and it was combined with a Farm Show, a highly successful event. Everybody had a great time, and while the All-Star Game has not returned to Lancaster and hasn't been played the last 2 seasons at all, the Farm Show, that concept remains, and it's still a great night to bring the kids out with a petting zoo and all kinds of farm equipment and displays on the concourse. And oh yeah, in case I didn't mention it before, the milkshakes. Dang, that was good. Chocolate milkshake before the game. On top of my walking taco, I'm not sure that was necessarily the greatest idea in the world to combine those 2 things, but the walking taco was outstanding. The chocolate milkshake was outstanding. Is certainly separate entities. Here's Colton Shaver leading off the second inning, 271. For Shaver after 3 singles last night. 11 home runs, 41 driven in. He's doubled 16 times. Dustin Beggs into his windup, and Colton will take a pitch up top. Ball 1, no strikes. Beggs got 4 ground balls last inning, should have been out of it. Clayton Melbauer, the shortstop, could not find the grip on the grounder by Cordero. Now a fly ball toward the bullpen area of the Barnstormers over on the right side. Becker giving chase. It's into the seats. Shaver will bat at 1 ball and 1 strike. Trayvon Robinson and Anderson Felice, the hitters to follow. The Barnstormers batting in the bottom of the second. Still up by a run as the Genomes have yet to figure out Brooks Hall. And they will need to faster than York did 5 days ago. He shut down York into the 7th inning entirely and still only gave up 3 base runners. To Shaver high and inside, 2 balls and a strike. Seems to me Colton gets pitches up there more often than anybody else on this ball club. 2-1, Beggs to the plate, and it's high. Not as inside as the previous pitch. Shaver trying to reach base. He's at 3-1. Beggs has walked 30 in now 65 innings, so a little bit better than 4 walks per 9 innings on the year. 3 balls and a strike. Shaver will swing away and lob another foul off to the right that will get out of play. And Colton Shaver is yet again at a full count. He's had quite a number of these over the past couple of weeks. 3-2 on the Lancaster catcher, who loves hitting against the Genomes. Here's the payoff. He goes for this and hits a fly ball toward the left field line over on this and into foul territory. Teodoro Martinez, he makes the catch. He actually caught the ball, I guess, still a step in fair ground, according to the signal from the third base umpire, McConville. 1 out. Trayvon Robinson will step in, batting .283 with 16 runs batted in. The fly ball lofted along the left field side. It was hit so high that Martinez had ample time to get in place and make that catch. He wasn't going at full tilt when he caught it. Here is Robinson. Trayvon with a couple of hits last night. Now he slices a fly ball to left center. Easy pickings for Demetrius Moore. And there are 2 outs with Anderson Felice to step in. Felice, switch hitter. Ordinarily, he's batted exclusively left-handed for the last 2-3 weeks since he was injured with a muscle strain. 1 out of 5 with a couple of runs batted in for Felice last night. The pitch, a fastball low. Ball 1 and no strikes. Beggs has looked awfully strong so far, pitching to contact against the Barnstormers. He's retired 5 of 6. Missing away to Anderson. 2 balls and no strikes. Nothing but ground balls in the first inning. Nothing but easy fly balls here in the second so far. To Felice, here is the 2-0. He pulls the trigger and misses. Now 2 balls and a strike. Last night, the offense found it so easy. 18 runs, 20 hits, an 8-run, 7-hit 4th inning. Shallow pop fly out to center, and that will fall off the end of the bat from Felice. Moore can't get there. 2-out base runner for the Barnstormers. Jake Hoover, the shortstop, will step in. Hoover had a 2-run single last night. That may have pretty much been the killer blow. He greeted the first reliever, Jack Weinberger, with it, and soft liner into left field, drove in 2 more. At that time, that made it a 12-5 game. Pickoff throw again to first base, but this one gets away. Felice is going to be able to race around second. He is sprinting for third, and he will arrive ahead of the throw. The Barnstormers look now to take advantage of another error by the wild-held Genomes. We saw 5 very clean games over the course of the week, Monday through Thursday, against the York Revolution. There was not an error until the late innings on Thursday night when the York Revolution committed an error. But 2 here tonight. We saw 5 total last night. Actually 6, come to think of it. Ball is high and inside 1-0. And the error made by the Revs actually was simply by Carlos Franco, the first baseman, getting in the way of Jake Hoover, trying to get the second. There's a soft little pop fly out towards center. That one will be caught, though, as Moore comes in to make the grab. Hoover is retired to end the inning. And the Barnstormers, no runs, 1 hit, 1 error, and 1 man left We're through 2 here at Clipper Magazine Stadium. The Barnstormers leading the Genomes by the score of 1-0.
Hi everyone, Adam Gockenauer from Gockenauer Appliances, and I'm excited to tell you about a new addition to the Gockenauers family this summer season. We are now selling Titus gas grills. Titus gas grills gives you a high quality, all stainless steel grill at an affordable price, and the best thing is you can assemble it yourself in just 5 minutes. That's right, 5 minutes. Stop by to see this great grill now and mention this ad to receive a free gas grill cover with your Titus grill purchase. Gockenauers in East Petersburg.
For the youth of our area, the Barnstormers are offering a wide variety of camps throughout the summer to teach everyone some tips on baseball and softball. Camps are offered to kids as young as 4 and as old as 12. Some even involve the parents. They run from June 11th all the way through September 17th. For more information, go to LancasterBarnstormers.com and click on the Youth Baseball tab. All presented by Orthopedic Associates of Lancaster and Play It Again Sports.
A little bit of everything out here tonight. We have a drum line performing atop the Barnstormers dugout here between the second and third innings of tonight's contest. Of course, we'll wrap it all up with fireworks here this evening. Barnstormers in day 4 of a 14-game homestand. I'm fairly certain the longest in franchise history. And we'll have a 15-game road trip coming up at the end of August and early September that will take us entirely out of Pennsylvania. York is not included on that trip. We'll play both New York teams and then go to Southern Maryland and then down to High Point, back up to Charleston, and we'll finally come back across to Lancaster for the final week of the season. We're in the second half already. And we've got about 10 weeks of baseball to go here. Teodoro Martinez leads off here in the third. He takes a strike, and he was looking all the way. 0-1 on the left fielder for the Genomes. He starts the night batting only .213, which is remarkably low for Martinez. He's been a great average hitter, exceeding 300 a couple of times in this league in the past. Hall is high and inside with his breaking ball, and it's 1-1. Lancaster up by a run here in the third, an unearned tally back in the first inning. Dustin Beggs has certainly done the job cooling off the Lancaster bats tonight. The pitch is popped up behind third. Lair is circling over toward the tarp and won't have a play. Second strike on Teodoro Martinez. We saw Josue Herrera of the York Revolution injure himself trying to make a play around the tarp here 2 nights ago. The wind pushed the ball back toward the field, and he went to react toward it after being right up against the barrier, and his leg caught the tarp. In the dirt for ball 2, 2-2 on Martinez. He stayed in the game at that time, although it was certainly dubious whether or not he would, and then led off the next inning with a liner off the wall and right, and had a hard time running to first, then left. 2-2 pitch, fouled off to the right. Martinez battling Hall. He'll stay in with the 2-2 count. Demetrius Moore, the center fielder, on deck, and then shortstop Clayton Melbauer. 1-0 Lancaster here in the third. The sun starting to emerge from behind the clouds out to our west. Martinez backing away and will stay with a count of 2 balls and 2 strikes for another moment. Hall has the signal, wind up pitch. 1 hopper to Melvin Mercedes. Flip the first, it's 7 up and 7 down for Brooks Hall. He's gotten 1 infield pop-up, 2 groundouts, 2 strikeouts, and 2 fly balls to center. A pretty good mix. 1 away, the batter will be the center fielder Moore. He is hitting .245 with a home run, 13 runs batted in. He was one of the 3 summoned to pitch in the late innings last night. And the Barnstormers got to him for their final 4 hits, but not their final 2 runs. They scored 2 more without a base hit off an extremely wild Felice Pie in the 8th inning. Finally, Dalton Cornett came on and got a double play out of Jake Hoover to end the onslaught. He offered at the first, winded more, couldn't get it down. It's a strike, 0-1. All very intelligent right-hander. And he's got great stuff, maybe better stuff than he had earlier in his career. Another bunt try by Moore, and he fouls that one and got himself with it. It is 0-2 on the Genomes center fielder. Overall, the Genomes have very good numbers, but they're not quite the same club outside of Wild Health Field. When playing there either as the home team or the visiting team against the Legends, they're batting .298 and have a team OPS of .892, scoring better than 6 runs a game. But when they're outside of Kentucky, they're averaging just 3.3 runs a game and hitting .223 as a team. Here's an 0-2, strike 3 taken on the breaking ball, and that is the 3rd punch out for Brooks Hall tonight. It'll bring on Mel Bauer, the shortstop, .203 hitter with a couple of homers and 6 runs batted in. They're 27-16 at Wild Health Field, 9-17 outside of that. The Barnstormers have a much better record at home as opposed to on the road as well. As strike on Melbauer, it's 0-1. However, the visiting team has won 4 games out of 7 in this season series, going against the grain. 0-1 pitch, flared foul to the right. Hall has Melbauer at 0-2. Hall coming into tonight had given up 8 runs in 25 2/3 innings. 5 of those runs coming in that dangling 2/3 when he couldn't get out of the 6th at Lexington against the Legends after taking a 7-1 lead into that 6th inning. Here's a 1-2. Melbauer gets a fastball up high. 2 balls, 2 strikes to count. 1-0, Lancaster leading in the top of the 3rd. Melbauer played toward right center field by Dunston. He's got plenty of daylight toward left center. The infield straight up against him. Here's a 2-2, and he hits the ball into the defense. Dunston will be right there toward the alley in right center. 3rd put out for Sean. Nothing doing in the 3rd inning for the Genomes. Through 2.5, the Barnstormers remain ahead by the 1-0 score.
For nearly 50 years, Orthopedic Associates of Lancaster has provided a full spectrum of care for athletes of all ages and skill levels. Orthopedic Associates of Lancaster offers on-site urgent care, X-ray, MRI, immobilization, and is committed to helping you manage and prevent injuries, getting you back in the game as soon as possible. Orthopedic Associates of Lancaster is located at 1700 Cornwall Road in Lebanon, or you can visit them on the web at fixbones.com.
Get out of the heat and dive under the sea this summer with Disney's Little Mermaid at Dutch Apple Dinner Theater. Join Ariel on her adventure from the sea through the human world. Based off the 1989 animated film, Disney's Little Mermaid will keep kids young and old entertained. Performances are Tuesday through Sunday with matinee and evening show options available. Each performance also includes a buffet-style meal prior to the show. Call Dutch Apple Dinner Theater at 717-898-1900 or visit us at DutchApple.com to reserve your tickets today.
Trace Lair, Sean Dunston, and Melvin Mercedes, the scheduled hitters against Dustin Beggs. As we go to the bottom half of the 3rd inning, the Genomes against the Barnstormers tonight. 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon to wrap up this series, and then the Barnstormers will finally get to enjoy a day off on Monday. We didn't have the off day, of course, last week with the 4th of July. And the previous Monday, the Barnstormers spent traveling, going to Lexington to play the Legends. So this Monday will be savored. Trace Lair leads off the third for the Barnstormers. Lair one hit last night and even 200 on the year. 4 doubles, a home run. He has driven in 14. He's being given some room toward right center field. He hits a chopper instead. The second baseman Paredes right there. Lair an easy out. Everybody's put the ball in play against Dustin Beggs. Nobody has hit it solidly. Lancaster has a couple of singles to show for their efforts tonight and 1 unearned run. Now back around to Sean Dunston. He grounded out back in the first inning, out 4-3. Coming off the 5-hit game a night ago, the first one by a Barnstormer in just about a year. To Dunston, fastball high and outside from Beggs, ball 1-0. Beggs had a marvelous month of June, 4-0 with a 1.88 ERA. Slider across for a strike to Sean, and the count levels at 1-1 here. Last time out, he did not get the decision against Charleston. He worked into the 8th inning. Breaking ball again, swing and a miss, and Dunston trails 1-2. So after last night's 18-5 drubbing of the Genomes, it's back to the pattern of low-scoring pitchers duels that we had all week against York. Fastball high and outside, 2-2. The Barnstormers have put together a pretty good pitching staff. It's taken a while to get the pieces in place and get everybody healthy. 2-2, Dunston with a fly ball out toward left center field. Gliding over is Moore, and then at the last second, Martinez makes the catch. A near collision in left center field. 2 gone, Mercedes will step in. Melvin singled and scored back in the first inning. He's on some kind of a tear right now, is Melvin Mercedes. In the 8-game hitting streak, he's now 11 for 24. Fouls that one off for a strike. It's 0-1. But it goes beyond that. Ground ball pulled to the second baseman. That'll be gloved by Paredes, and Beggs continues on his roll here in the third. He's thrown just 34 pitches over the 3 innings tonight, giving up a couple of hits. We'll go to the 4th inning, still Lancaster 1, and the Wild Health Genomes nothing.
It's Farm Show Night here.
Localflavor.com, local flavor. Localflavor.com, local flavor.
Excuse me, are you saying localflavor.com?
Oh, yeah, it's where I save big bucks on all kinds of things. Home improvement projects, dining out, family fun, electronics, jewelry, clothing. I even bought my wife a fancy spa package for half price.
Half price?
Yep, you know all the deals you find in Clipper Magazine.
I love Clipper Magazine.
Well, they're all on localflavor.com too. And you can get them right on your phone thanks to localflavor.com's mobile app. Here, take a look.
Well, this app is amazing. Look at all these restaurants, amusement parks, car washes, fitness centers. This is worth sharing about.
Exactly. Localflavor.com online, the Local Flavor mobile app, and Clipper Magazine together. It's like a triple play.
Do the cheer again. I'm in.
Localflavor.com, local flavor. Come on, everybody! Localflavor.com, local flavor. Localflavor.com, local flavor.
There you go, that was great.
We have races going on the warning track. I believe those are alpacas. I was not paying close attention to the announcements, but I think those are alpacas. And I know we've had them here in the past on Farm Show Night. I'm more used to llamas. I lived in neighborhood, we call it a neighborhood, it was way out in the country for about 7 years. And we had llamas across the street from us. A llama farm, and a couple had about 40 of them. And these llamas were not in the least social. They didn't spit at you. They just, basically, they ignored your existence. And at one point, one of the memories I have of the llamas was actually walking over to the gate, and one of the baby llamas came up to say hello. Ground ball sharply hit. Hoover with a lunging stop, and he will get up and gun down Becker. One gone here in the 4th inning. Heck of a play by Hoover. Put a star by that one in the scorebook. Diving on that one to his left and scrambling to his feet in a hurry. One man down, and Moises Sierra, the third baseman, will step in. Now, one of the babies came over to check me out, and Mama Llama would have no part of it. And she got the offspring out of there in a hurry and glared at me like I was some kind of interloper. I was a neighbor. Breaking ball is inside, ball one. We also had some horses show up on the piece of land next door, and the horses and the llamas apparently weren't too keen on each other. Fastball for a strike. It's 1-1. Didn't know what that was all about. I didn't know they were some kind of natural enemies. Two fences and a road in between. Brooks Hall gets interrupted in mid-motion, and that sets Brooks off, and he'll let you know it. He came through with that pitch, and he threw it onto the screen between home plate and the first base dugout. 1 ball, 1 strike. Sierra busts his bat with a grounder foul up the third baseline. 1-2 the count, and Sierra will have to take a trip back to the dugout and get a new piece of lumber. We have gone through a half of a Canadian forest on this homestand. Boy, we've had a lot of broken bats the past 4 nights here. 1-0 Lancaster leading. Top of the 4th. Hall has retired all 10. And Sierra will come back kicking his new bat, Teodoro Martinez style. But nobody does it quite the way that Martinez does it, where he's leaning over, really focused on kicking the bat all the way to the plate. It's actually a great show to watch. It's an interesting quirk that Teodoro Martinez has. Here's a 1-2. Breaking ball doesn't quite get there. And Moises Sierra has life with a count of 2 balls and 2 strikes. The wind, the pitch. Fastball missing the outside corner, and Hall now risks giving up the 1-out walk here in the 4th inning. There's a swing and a miss, though. That walk not happening. Sierra is gone on strikes. All fans, his 4th of the game. And Jimmy Paredes will step in. Paredes popped up his first time through. This is Sierra, the former Blue Jay, set down by Hall. Paredes played for the Astros and the Orioles. Felice Pie not in the lineup tonight. Teodoro Martinez has taken his spot. Hall breaks one to the inside corner. A strike on Paredes. Brooks Hall, second time in a row, out to a fabulous start. That's a little knuckleball. Hoover will glove it. And for the 4th straight inning, Brooks Hall sets the side down in order. Nothing across for the Wild-held Genomes, who are through 3.5. The Barnstormers continuing to lead by the 1-0 score.
For nearly 50 years, Orthopedic Associates of Lancaster has provided a full spectrum of care for athletes of all ages and skill levels. Orthopedic Associates of Lancaster offers on-site urgent care, X-ray, MRI, immobilization, and is committed to helping you manage and prevent injuries, getting you back in the game as soon as possible. Orthopedic Associates of Lancaster is located at 1700 Cornwall Road in Lebanon, or you can visit them on the web at fixbones.com.
Get out of the heat and dive under the sea this summer with Disney's Little Mermaid at Dutch Apple Dinner Theater. Join Ariel on her adventure from the sea through the human world. Based off a 1989 animated film, Disney's Little Mermaid will keep kids young and old entertained. Performances are Tuesday through Sunday with matinee and evening show options available. Each performance also includes a buffet-style meal prior to the show. Call Dutch Apple Dinner Theater at 717-898-1900 or visit us at DutchApple.com to reserve your tickets today.
Kelly Dugan, Andretti Cordero, and Colton Shaver, 3, 4, and 5 for the Barnstormers to step in against Dustin Beggs. As we head to the bottom half of the fourth inning tonight, the Barnstormers with an unearned run back in the first. That has been it. We have had merely 2 base runners in this entire contest. Well, 3 if you include Andretti Cordero reaching on the error, and he didn't stay around long. Beggs picked them off. Dugan grounded out to the third baseman Sierra back in the first inning. While Hall has struck out 4, Beggs has neither walked nor struck out anybody. But nothing off the bat of a Barnstormer has been particularly hard hit in this game. Dugan will give it a shot here. Kelly hitting .440 against the Genomes. And starting the night, .335 against the league as a whole. The motion by Beggs and to Dugan. It is off the outside corner. Ball 1, no strikes. Beggs has not missed with much this entire game. 1-0 pitch. And Dugan works the count to 2 balls and no strikes. Beggs has not been far off the plate with either one, but he's fallen behind one of the league's premier sluggers at 2 balls and no strikes. And now 3-0 as Dugan takes a breaking ball off the inside corner. It's been a week since Dugan last connected. He homered last Saturday night in his first time up against Hector Guance Pena of the Staten Island Ferry Hawks. Called strike to the inside corner. It's now 3-1. Here's the motion, and the Beggs pitch is low, ball 4, and we have the first walk of the ball game. Beggs puts Dugan on, and Andretti Cordero will step to the plate. Dustin Beggs will try and take care of the leadoff walk with a double play ground ball. He's gotten 5 ground outs and 4 outs in the air so far. Dugan has speed, 7 stolen bases for the year. That could be an option right now, but Beggs has already picked 1 off in this game. Dugan will stick around, ground ball to third. That's just what they were looking for. Out at second, Paredes back to first in time for the double play on Cordero. It took only 1 pitch to coax the double play out of Andretti Cordero. 2 outs with nobody on, and Colton Shaver stepping in. Shaver flied out down the left field line toward the Wild Health bullpen back in the second inning. One of the Genomes relievers right now is sitting in a chair just about in the spot where that fly ball came down. 1-0 Barnstormers, bottom 4, fastball high and inside, and it's 1-0 on Shaver, who hit that fly ball on the seemingly required 3-2 pitch back in the second inning. Colton will look at a breaking ball, that one out of the zone. 2 balls and no strikes. Hall and Beggs have both been stellar here tonight. Here's a 2-0. Shaver goes reaching for that. Swing and a miss. And the count is 2-1. We've got quite the game in progress. 1-0 Lancaster. Shaver takes a rip and lines a base hit into left. That's his 15th hit of the season series. You have the feeling the double play ground ball got in the way of a productive inning for the Barnstormers. Still a chance. Trayvon Robinson will step in with Shaver at first, and 2 outs in the inning. Lancaster's 3rd hit against Beggs tonight. They've all been singles. He's thrown 46 pitches and Brooks Hall 47 so far. Shaver with the lead off first, and a Robinson fastball for a strike on the outside corner. It is 0-1. The first time that the Barnstormers faced Beggs, they got to him for 9 hits and 8 runs in 4 innings in a game that they won 16-10 back in May. Beggs came out of May with an ERA over 10 and then put together that stellar June where he lost out to Southern Maryland's Mackenzie Mills in the pitcher of the month fight. 1 ball, 1 strike to Robinson. The right-hander will bring it home. Trayvon with a swing and a ball tagged out to right field. Way back it goes, and the walls will not contain it. Chris Shaw just turned around and watched. Robinson with his first home run of the season, and the Barnstormers lead 3-0. Colton Shaver scoring out in front. Robinson celebrates the 2-run homer, heading back into the dugout. The Barnstormers giving Brooks Hall a little bit of room. Anderson Felice will come to the plate. Maybe the first real mistake for Dustin Beggs in this game. And Robinson, who has been swinging the bat pretty well left-handed in general, took care of that one. First home run. Up toward the Tenson right. Here's the wind and a Felice. Ball 1 away. It's 1-0. Lancaster trying to win its 7th straight here at home. Swing and a miss by Felice. A ball and a strike. They took care of Staten Island here last weekend, 3 straight. Well, the Saturday night game certainly made a squirm at the end. The Barnstormers holding on for a 7-6 win with a fly ball by Aguilar caught at the center field fence by Dunston. Here's a 2-2, and Anderson Felice hits one in the air, and that will be taken care of to end the inning. It's 2 runs, though, on the homer by Robinson. 2 hits with no errors, and nobody left on base. We're through 4 here at Clipper Magazine Stadium. The Barnstormers with the 3-0 lead.
Localflavor.com, local flavor. Localflavor.com, local flavor.
Excuse me, are you saying localflavor.com?
Oh, yeah, it's where I save big bucks on all kinds of things. Home improvement projects, dining out, family fun, electronics, jewelry, clothing. I even bought my wife a fancy spa package for half price.
Half price?
Yep, you know all the deals you find in Clipper Magazine.
I love Clipper Magazine.
Well, they're all on localflavor.com too. And you can get them right on your phone thanks to localflavor.com's mobile app. Here, take a look.
Well, this app is amazing. Look at all these restaurants, amusement parks, car washes, fitness centers. This is worth sharing about.
Exactly. Localflavor.com online, the Local Flavor mobile app, and Clipper Magazine together. It's like a triple play.
Do the cheer again. I'm in.
Localflavor.com, local flavor. Come on, everybody! Localflavor.com, local flavor. Localflavor.com, local flavor.
Brooks Hall now works with a 3-run lead as we go to the top of the 5th inning. Chris Davis, Chris Shaw, and Carlos Castro, the slated hitters, 4, 5, and 6 in the batting order for the Wild Health Genomes. High Point coming in on Tuesday. Runners up in the first half in the South. Trying to get baseball going against Gastonia tonight. They've had some rain. They got rained out last night, rescheduling a doubleheader for tomorrow. And they're finally in the bottom half of the 2nd tonight. No score at Caramount Health Park. Charleston and Staten Island tied at 2 in the 5th inning. The Ferry Hawks playing some great baseball right now. Lexington 1-0 over Long Island in the top of the 3rd. Southern Maryland 3, York 0 through 2.5 innings. Darrell Thompson looks for his 8th win. First pitch, fastball for a strike on Chris Davis. It is 0-1. All into his motion. Breaking ball, wrapped foul on the ground. Brooks is ahead of Davis. No balls and 2 strikes. All trying to work quickly as the signal from Shaver. Here's the 0-2. Again, goes to a breaking ball. Davis able to foul it back. No balls, 2 strikes, the continuing count. Brooks joined the Milwaukee organization in 2010. Eventually getting to AAA. And the 0-2 again. That is bounded foul up toward the tarp along the third base line. Davis, a product of Cal State Fullerton, got ahead of it in that organization. 0-2, fastball busted in high. Davis would have no part of that. Davis got to the big leagues by 2013. Here's a 1-2 now off the outside corner. Chris Davis putting up a battle against a guy he certainly would have crossed paths with in spring training, and they might have been teammates at one point. I think they were. Hall is low, 3-2. Hall again risking first base runner of the game for the Genomes. 3-2 pitch, he is outside, Davis walks. He spoiled a couple of pretty big 2-strike pitches, and then Hall missed with 4 in a row. Chris Shaw will now step in. He was a strikeout victim back in the second inning.
Chris Shaw.
Davis had joined the Brewers in 2009. And certainly Davis and Hall were in spring training together. We'd have to cross-reference all the times they were with the respective clubs. And a Shaw first pitch strike. It's 0-1. Hall would like to get the ground ball that Beggs got out of Cordero in the bottom of the 4th. Runner on, nobody out. First base runner of the game for the Wild Health Genomes. And a Shaw, swing and a miss. Again, heat. It's 0-2. Chris Shaw spent some time in the major leagues with the Giants, going completely across the country because Shaw is a Massachusetts native. He was a Long Island Duck for part of last year. 0-2. Hall to the plate. And he missed with it. Just a tad high, I believe. Ball 1, 2 strikes. He has challenged Shaw with fastballs here. Shaw with 11 doubles, 8 home runs. Brooks Hall has been staked to a 3-0 lead. Doesn't want to give up an extra base hit here. Instead, a bouncer back to the mound. Hall slipping as he goes to throw to second. He throws the ball into left center field, and the Genomes will end up with runners at first and third. Hall should have played it safe on that. He was off to the first base side of the mound. He had an easy play at first on Shaw. It'll be a fielder's choice and a throwing error, enabling Davis not only to get the second but the third. And now Carlos Castro will step in as the potential tying run. Hall tried to do too much on the play. He was off to the first base side of the mound. Did he have time? Yes. But it was an awkward throw, and he slipped as he went to make the throw. The ball ending up in left center field There was nothing Jake Hoover could do to save it. And we have a timeout as I believe that's Trayvon Robinson retying a shoe out in left center field. No. Now we're ready to go. Dunston will get his hat back. Sean loses his hat virtually every time he goes to make a play. It never stays on. That's 3-0, and Castro steps in as the potential tying run here in the 5th inning. So we have a walk after an 0-2 count and a throwing error on what could be considered a comebacker, though not really. And now Hall is high on the fastball to Castro. Ball 1 and no strikes. I think with a 3-0 lead there, even though it's the 5th inning, I think wisdom would dictate, and I'm not on the field of play in the heat of battle. I'm sitting up here watching it develop, but I think wisdom would dictate just to make it easy on yourself and get the out at first. If it's the 7th or 8th inning, I have to believe that Brooks does that without a question. Ball 1, no strikes on Castro. Hall comes back, and this is popped up into foul territory. Shedding the mask is Shaver. He's got it, and that is a huge out. Getting through Castro. Runners remain at 1st and 3rd. Now with 1 out, Teodoro Martinez will come to the plate. Martinez grounded out 4-3 back in the 3rd inning. Now you get a ground ball, you can get out of the inning unscathed. 3-0 Lancaster, top of the 5th. Martinez did ground out back in the 3rd inning. Retired 4-3 by Mercedes. Davis remains at 3rd. Shaw is on at 1st. Martinez will take a slider off the outside corner. It is ball 1 and no strikes. A walk, a throwing error. Now a foul pop up to the catcher. Setting the stage here in the top of the 5th inning. Lancaster leads by 3. Hall goes to work on Martinez. The 1-0 at the knees. Fastball for a called strike. It's 1-1. Lights on here in Lancaster as the shadows approach the infield from the left field video board. Pickoff throw to 1st. Shaw wasn't going anywhere. He has not tried to steal. And we've got 45 minutes of sunlight here remaining anyway. 1-1. Martinez starts to reach toward it. He went too far, says Moshe, the first base umpire. And it's 1-2 now. Demetrius Moore, the center fielder, waits on deck. One ball, 2 strikes. Lancaster leading by 3. Fielding error in the 1st inning allowed the 1st run to score. Trayvon Robinson with a 2-run homer in the bottom of the 4th. And to Martinez, busted back, slow ground ball to 3rd. Lair will go for the out at 2nd and not get it. The Barnstormers trying to do too much in the field. A run scores and they got men at 1st and 2nd. It's again a fielder's choice. The only batter that's earned his way on here has been the leadoff batter, Davis, with the walk. That's going to be an error charged to Lair, and now allowing Shaw to reach 2nd. So it's 3-1, and here's Demetrius Moore, who struck out looking his first time up. Smashed into left field. There's your first base hit. Around 3rd and holding will be Shaw. Now the bases are loaded for Clayton Melbauer. Now here's the situation. If the Barnstormers had gone for the sure out at first base on the ball hit by Shaw, they'd be out of the inning without a run. Instead, bases loaded, 1 out. The number 9 hitter, Melbauer, stepping in, and Mark Johnson is coming out to check in on Brooks Hall. I mean, sometimes you have to go with the risk, and sometimes you have to play it safe. And being that it's the 5th inning, you can't blame them for trying to go for the double play, or at least the lead runner in these circumstances. But the Barnstormers have missed twice with off-balance throws to get the lead man at second. And as a result, we have a messy 5th inning. Bases loaded with Shaw at third, Martinez at second, and Moore at first. Still only 1 out. And Clayton Melbauer with a base hit can tie things up here in the 5th. All will go to work. Melbauer fouls it off. It's 0-1. Johnson back into the dugout.
Frisco's Chicken, home of Lancaster's favorite chicken. Serving great food and happiness.
2 errors by the Barnstormers in the inning with those missed throws to second base. The set, here's the 0-1. Melbauer will take a ball inside. 1-1 now, and this is a potentially huge inning for the Genomes. Hall could still get a ground ball and cut it off at just this 1 tally. Here's a 1-1. Melbauer, ground ball, shortstop. Hoover, Mercedes, back to first, and they turn it. 6-4-3. And what could have been a disastrous inning does get cut off. It is 1 run on 1 hit with 2 errors, and 2 runners are left on base. So the lead holds. We'll go to the bottom half of the 5th. The Barnstormers leading the Wild Health Genomes by the score of 3-1.
Wing sling competition. All right, slingers, you ready to throw some wings?
Ah, the sounds of summer. Can it get any better? Oh yeah, I forgot about that one. Discover the intuitive technology of the Lexus Hybrid lineup. Explore the possibilities of a Lexus at the Golden Opportunity sales event, now through September 6th. See Bobby Rahal Lexus in Mechanicsburg or Lancaster County.
Pennsylvanians are creating their own soundtrack. Thanks to PA Lottery Scratch-Offs, excitement's back. Pennies, nickels, dimes, or quarters, no matter your choice, scratching's always in order. With big top prizes and second chance drawings, thrills await. They're out there calling. If it's excitement you seek and you're looking for action, play the PA Lottery. And keep on scratching. Must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly. Benefits older Pennsylvanians every day.
At Clipper Magazine Stadium, we have hot dogs and popcorn, peanuts, soda, and nachos. But what if, say, you are only 3 months old and mom wants to have a night out and watch the Barnstormers? Well, thanks to May Grant Obstetrics and Gynecology, the littlest of Stormer fans now have a place to go for dinner during the game. Tots can take mom to the Little Sluggers dugout behind Section 13 at the stadium for a comfortable private feeding experience. A brightly painted room with comfortable furniture and TVs tuned to the game, it is the perfect spot for baby and mom during a night at the ballpark.
This evening, section number 25.
The Barnstormers still hold the 3-1 lead as we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. A very easily timed double play started by Hoover, getting Brooks Hall and Lancaster out of the top half of the 5th. The run charged to Hall will be unearned.
Leading off for your Barnstormers,
So a throwing error towards second base, and then later on a throwing error by Lair, also trying to get a lead man at second. So here's Hoover, who made a perfect throw to second base, a short one to get that double play started. Jake 0 for 1 at the plate tonight. He flied out to center back in the second. He has 11 hits in the season series against Wild Health. He had a great time against the Genomes in Lexington earlier this year. First pitch inside for ball 1-0. Hoover had one of his two great games at the plate as a Barnstormer. The first game of the series in Lexington, matching what he did here opening night against York. Fouled away. Hoover batting at a ball and a strike. In that series opener against the Genomes in Lexington, he went 4 for 5 with 3 doubles. Breaking ball, curls back, gets the plate. It's 1-2. Trace Lair waiting on deck. And of course, opening night here against York is part of the 23-7 mauling of the Revs. He was 3 for 6 and drove in 5. That's low to him. And a 2-ball, 2-strike count. Leadoff batter, bottom of the 5th. The Barnstormers leading 3-1 in what has been a fairly sloppy game so far. Pitching has been excellent. The defense not so much. And to Hoover, he swings and misses. Beggs chalks up his first strikeout of the evening. Hoover goes down on a breaking ball. Lair will step in. Trace grounded out 4-3. Back in the 3rd inning on the first pitch you saw there.
Third baseman Trace Lair.
Barnstormers in position to get their 6th quality start in the last 9 games and their 6th in the last 7 here at home. Neither Silk nor Gann was able to spin a quality start Tuesday night in York. Here's the 0-1 to Lair. He goes for it and hits a drive out to right center field. This one traveling way back it goes, and the walls will not contain it. Trace Lair with the home run to right center field. His second of the season, and the 3-run lead has been restored. Lair finds the backyard with a 1-out solo home run. Bottom of the 5th inning, the Barnstormers with home runs on the last 2 frames. Celebration reigns in the dugout. Last night, the Barnstormers scored the 18 runs without homering in this ballpark. That's a really foreign concept. They had 4 doubles and a triple last night, but they just kept getting base runner after base runner. It just would not let up. At one point, 8 men in a row reached base. It was in the 8-run 4th inning. Ball is low on Dunston, who's 0 for 2 tonight. He's grounded out and flied out against Beggs so far. Here's the pitch, and Dunston will see ball 2. Lancaster with 5 hits to just 1 for the Genomes. Big swing and a miss for Dunston. He wanted that home run too. It's the one thing he hasn't done here. Average up in the 290s. He has 3 doubles, 4 triples. He's stolen 17 bases. He scored a ton. Hasn't homered. Looper, that will be in the left center field. And Dunston has his 6th hit in this series. So he abandons the wicked swing after taking 1 rip at 2-0. Dumps a base hit into left center. Here is Mercedes. Is on the run here. He loves to go. 17 steals the first 27 games. There's the pickoff throw by Beggs, and he nearly had Sean. Boy, he's got some quick feet, does Dustin Beggs, a former Kentucky Wildcat. Dunston has to be careful. Cordero's already been nailed over there tonight. And the Mercedes a called strike. It is 0-1. You cannot overstate the value of a pitcher's ability to keep runners close. Here's a pickoff throw again. Dunston with a little more breathing room the second go around. Mercedes batting with Kelly Dugan waiting on deck. 4-1 Barnstormers, bottom half of the 5th inning. 1 strike to Mercedes. There's a pickoff throw, and Dunston never saw this one coming, and he will be tagged out in the rundown. Beggs' move claims its second victim. And you wonder if the sun played a role in both these pickoffs. Not to take anything away from Beggs, but the sun could be in your eyes there as well. So Dunston is thrown out. The Barnstormers have to start all over again. 2 outs, nobody on. 1 strike to Mercedes, and Melvin will look at a breaking ball that stays off the outside corner. Ball 1 and strike 1. Way out there again. And Mercedes gains an edge at 2 balls and a strike. Motion, the pitch. Melvin fights that off the hands. And we are now at 2 balls and 2 strikes. The out on Dunston officially 1-3-6, and it is a caught stealing because he made the move towards second base. 2-2. And Mercedes will hit a ground ball toward the middle. Long way to go for Paredes. He can only knock it down. And Melvin Mercedes will get an infield base hit. It would have been tough for Paredes to get off a throw. Dugan will come to the plate. He is grounded out and walked here tonight. Lancaster with yet another hit, this of the infield variety. Paredes was cheating toward the hole against Mercedes, and Melvin crossed him up and went the other way. First time tonight, Mercedes snuck a single through the hole on the right side. So to Dugan, it is outside. Ball 1-0. Lancaster 4, Wild Health 1 here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. 3 straight Barnstormers base hits, but they lost a runner on what, for all intents and purposes, was a pickoff, despite the official ruling of caught stealing. It was because after the throw, the next move was to second base. That makes it a steal attempt. 1 ball, 1 strike now on Dugan. Beggs comes back. Kelly takes a breaking ball inside and low. We get to 2 balls and a strike. Andretti Cordero waits on deck. Dugan played to pull. A lot of room down the third base line. There goes Mercedes, a swing and a miss. Here's the throw, and it's not in time. Mercedes beating the toss down by Castro. 2-2 now on Kelly Dugan. Mercedes with his 10th stolen base of the year. He joins Hoover, Clark, and Dunston in double figures. The Barnstormers a highly successful base stealing team in general. 2-2 to Dugan, trying to drive in a run. Here's the motion and the pitch. Kelly pulls a weak grounder foul to his own dugout, and he will stay alive with the count of 2 balls and 2 strikes. Melvin Mercedes with the lead off second. He scored a run back in the first. He's such a tough out. 2-2. And Dugan will take strike 3. Got crossed up by a fastball. He is gone looking. Barnstormers get 1 run in the 3 hits with 1 man left on. We're at the end of 5 here in Lancaster. The Barnstormers are up 4-1.
Show them you want a ball. We've got them on the dugouts to throw your way.
Celebrate the history of our national pastime at the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown. See priceless treasures that will bring your baseball memories to life. Connect with events that have shaped and changed the game and our country. Our stories to tell, your memories to share. Plan your family visit today at baseballhall.org. See you in Cooperstown, where the journey becomes legend.
Are you sick and tired of washers that don't use enough water or take 2 hours to clean and don't last more than a few years? Well, come into Gockenauer's in East Petersburg now and let us show you the Speed Queen commercial grade laundry. Built the old-fashioned way with warranties up to 7 full years. Gockenauer's will deliver and install your new Speed Queen, and we know you'll be fully satisfied with your purchase. Gockenauer's in East Petersburg, your hometown dealer for 73 years.
Brooks Hall will face the top of the Wild Health batting order as we get to the 6th inning tonight. The Barnstormers up by the score of 4-1. Take a look at the rest of the scoreboard, Atlantic League and the majors. In the Atlantic League, Charleston and Staten Island remain tied at 2. They've reached the bottom of the 6th. Gastonia up 1-0 over High Point into the 5th inning. Lexington leads Long Island 4-0 in the top half of the 4th, and it is Southern Maryland now leading 3-1 over York in the bottom half of the 4th. Here is Luke Becker, who has struck out and grounded out. Heck of a play by Hoover against him back in the 4th inning. First pitch for a strike, it's 0-1. There's some daytime finals from Major League Baseball. The White Sox shut out Detroit today, 8-0 behind Cueto. 0-1 on Becker. Ground ball pulled foul to the Lancaster dugout, and very quickly a second strike. Phillies won by the score of 1-0 over the St. Louis Cardinals, and Baltimore beat the LA Angels also 1-0. How about the Orioles? Becoming a story in a hurry. Here's the 0-2. Becker, ground ball the other way. Lair will cut that off. He spins, throws a little bit high, but Cordero's got it.
That was easy.
1 out here in the 6th. That will be Moises Sierra, who has grounded out and struck out so far. Minnesota fell to Texas 9-7 was the final. Oakland won better than Houston at 3-2. Arizona pounded Colorado 9-2. Cleveland slammed Kansas City 13-1. They're in the 10th inning in Cincinnati. Tampa Bay leading 4-3. Breaking ball for a strike, 0-1. I see Cincinnati won, was it last night on a walk-off balk? I saw it on a social media feed, so you never know about the timeliness. It could have been 2 years ago. Ball one inside 1-1. Actually worked with a guy once who did that in his major league debut for the Angels. Ball two is inside 2-1. Talk about making a mark, not one you want. Moises Sierra bats 2-1, 1 out, nobody on. 6th inning here, 4-1 Barnstormers. Swinging and missing. Speed pitch from Brooks Hall had him tricked. It is 2-2. Atlanta beat Washington today 4-3. Miami is up by 1 over the Mets, 4-3 in the 10th. Pirates beat the Brewers 4-3. One-run games reasonably popular today. Breaking ball, see you later. Strike 3 call. Hall has had a strikeout in every inning but the 5th. 5 for the game, 2 outs, and Jimmy Paredes will step in. Paredes has hit a pop-up and a soft liner both to Jake Hoover. In the 3rd inning, San Francisco and San Diego are tied at 1. Boston leading the Yankees 1-0 in the top of the 3rd. Cubs, Dodgers, Toronto, Seattle later. 2 outs and a Paredes, a swing and a miss. All works ahead at 0-1. He retired the first 12 that he faced. Then Chris Davis fought him for a walk. Leading off the 5th inning, the Barnstormers made, I think, a couple of miscalculations on defense. Certainly lining up the throws, but making those throws a little risky in the first place, and that allowed an unearned run to score in the 5th, and now it's just back to business for Hall in the top of the 6th. 0-2 on Jimmy Paredes. Brooks comes back, gets a ground ball to second. Easy play for Melvin. And a 1-2-3 inning, the 5th of the contest for Brooks Hall. Nothing across for the Genomes, and now we'll go to the bottom half of the 6th. Lancaster continues to lead by the score of 4-1.
With our new friend Jackie. Let's all say hello to Jackie. All right, Jackie. The thing today.
Like craft beers? Then the best place to be in Lancaster is Clipper Magazine Stadium. That's right, celebrate baseball or just a night with your friends at the Broken Bat Deck down the right field line. The Broken Bat features more than 20 local craft breweries plus product from a local winery. Food including Otto's Meatballs is sold off a pub-style menu. So get together, hang out with your friends, or make some new ones. Enjoy a night of craft beer sampling along with a Barnstormers game.
Get out of the heat and dive under the sea this summer with Disney's Little Mermaid at Dutch Apple Dinner Theater. Join Ariel on her adventure from the sea through the human world. Based off a 1989 animated film, Disney's Little Mermaid will keep kids young and old entertained. Performances are Tuesday through Sunday with matinee and evening show options available. Each performance also includes a buffet-style meal prior to the show. Call Dutch Apple Dinner Theater at 717-898-1900 or visit us at DutchApple.com to reserve your tickets today.
For nearly 50 years, Orthopedic Associates of Lancaster has provided a full spectrum of care for athletes of all ages and skill levels. Orthopedic Associates of Lancaster offers on-site urgent care, X-ray, MRI, immobilization, and is committed to helping you manage and prevent injuries, getting you back in the game as soon as possible. Orthopedic Associates of Lancaster is located at 1700 Cornwall Road in Lebanon, or you can visit them on the web at fixbones.com.
It's not been a bad outing for Dustin Beggs, but the short dimensions to right at Clipper Magazine Stadium have gotten him here. Giving up home runs to Robinson and Lair over the last couple of innings. The Barnstormers are up 4-1. And Freddie Cordero, Colton Shaver, and Trayvon Robinson scheduled for Lancaster the 6th. Beggs' biggest weapon tonight has been his pickoff move, claiming Cordero in the 1st and Dunston in the 5th. He's allowed 7 hits. Cordero without one tonight. He's hit the ball on the ground twice. Responsible for 3 outs. Beggs into his wind, and Andretti starts the bat and goes too far. The pitch was inside. He tried to bail after that bat began to come around, and he pulled it across the plane of the plate. So it's a strike on Cordero. Beggs with a breaking ball. Little ball fisted out to right and in for a base hit. Cordero reaches to start off the 6th inning. Andretti can hit the ball, trust me, a lot harder than he hit that one. But it's a 14 inning streak. And now Cordero is hit safely in 42 out of 50. Shaver batting behind him. Shaver is 1 for 2 with a run scored. The sun setting behind the video board now. Lights begin to take control on the field. To Shaver, swing, and that ball is hit high to left field, hit well. Back on it goes Martinez on the track. He will make the catch, and Colton Shaver says, curse this ballpark. There have been many right-handed hitters who have over the time here in Lancaster. Shaver hit a ball that is a home run in probably any other ballpark in America. But it's so far back to straightaway left here that it died on the track with Martinez making the catch. Cordero back at first with 1 out. And here is Robinson, who had a 2-run homer back in the 4th. The set, and a Trayvon hard hit ground ball, base hit right field. Cordero barely avoided getting hit by that. Dugan hit Mercedes last night. Runners are at first and second with 1 out for Anderson Felice, who is singled and flied out to center. Lancaster leading 4-1, and the Barnstormers have a couple of runners aboard here in the 6th inning. Beggs has walked only one tonight, and ultimately that didn't cost him because the next pitch was turned into a double play. The Barnstormers now have spread out 9 hits. Felice stands in with 2 on, 1 out. Anderson takes a fastball in too close. It is ball 1-0. Jake Hoover, the on-deck hitter for the Barnstormers. Lancaster with a chance to break it open here in the bottom half of the 6th inning. A blue pit, a solid hit for Robinson around a deep fly out for Shaver. Here's a 1-0 pitch. Felice goes for it, swinging over the top, and it's a ball and a strike. The Barnstormers, after going 11 for 26 with runners in scoring position last night, are 0 for 4 in this game. We'll see if Felice can improve upon that here. 1-1 to him. That is a pop fly out to a shallow left into foul territory. Over is the third baseman, and Sierra will make the catch for out number 2. Now this inning is up to Hoover. Jake is 0 for 2 on the night.
Shortstop Jake Hoover.
And this is the way the Barnstormers go. With the runners in scoring position, it seems to either be a night where they bat almost 500 in a lot of chances, or go 0 for whatever, maybe 1 for whatever. One run on an error tonight, 3 on homers. Cordero leads off second, Robinson off first, now with 2 outs. Hoover stands in. He's flying to center and he is struck out. The pitch, he chases a slider and goes down 0-1. DH preserved tonight for both teams. So the Barnstormers have to deal with the man they call Crush Davis all the way through. Dugan stays in as well for the Barnstormers. 1 strike to Hoover, and he will pop this up. The center fielder Moore takes charge toward right center and makes the catch. Lancaster lets that opportunity go by. No runs, 2 hits with no errors and 2 stranded. We're done with 6 tonight here at Clipper Magazine Stadium. The Barnstormers leading the Wild Health Genomes by the score of 4-1.
Will win a prize.
Pennsylvanians are creating their own soundtrack. Thanks to PA Lottery Scratch-Offs, excitement's back. Pennies, nickels, dimes, or quarters, no matter your choice, scratching's always in order. With big top prizes and second chance drawings, thrills await. They're out there calling if it's excitement you seek and you're looking for action, play the PA Lottery. And keep on scratching. Must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly. Benefits older Pennsylvanians every day.
Hey kids, join the coolest club in town, the Storm Force. The Storm Force is presented by the Lancaster Barnstormers and Commonwealth Charter Academy. For only $25, kids under 12 get an entire summer of Barnstormers fun with 12 game tickets, a t-shirt and bag, the chance to go first when kids run the bases, exclusive activities, and coupons from Dutch Wonderland, Chocolate World, and more. Don't miss out on all the fun. Go to LancasterBarnstormers.com and sign up.
Good job with Shania Twain. Top of the 7th inning. Presented by Penn State Health, Lancaster Medical Center. Will open this fall and is now recruiting star players. Join a team where employees are empowered to act collaborate and care for each other. Learn more at Penn State Health. Careers. Seventh inning for the Genomes, leading off the designated hitter, Chris Davis.
Would pull the trigger and get somebody warming up in the bullpen. If the lead's a little bit larger, you don't contemplate it. All been dominant. Now to Davis. That ball is hit pretty well. Right center field, but playable. Back goes Dunston.
Right fielder Chris Shaw.
Everybody waiting for Chris Davis to start to light it up in the Atlantic League. But as of yet, he's 2 out of 7. With a couple of singles. Chris Shaw to the plate. He is 0 for 2. You want to see Paul get through the 7th inning for the 2nd consecutive start. And I only say this because so often over the last couple of years, the Barnstormers have had a great game going, and then all of a sudden, the roof falls in on the starting pitcher. So they get a little antsy once you get to about the 6th or 7th inning. First pitch strike, it's 0-1. And Paul has given me absolutely no cause for the antsiness. It's more recent history than anything else. Nothing in 1 on Shaw. Breaks inside and low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Goes to 83 pitches. 6 in the 3rd. There's a 1-1 on Shaw. That is driven into right field for a 1-out single. Through the hole. The second hit off Hall tonight. He gave up just 1 in 7 innings against the York Revolution back on Monday.
Catcher Carlos Castro.
He is 0 for 2. Up and about down to the bullpen, but nobody is throwing. Lancaster with an incredibly deep bullpen. I was talking to the Genomes manager, Mark Minikazi, about that after the game last night. Runner at first base is shot. Now with much of a lead, Castro tries to destroy it. It's 0-1. The Genomes are maybe a little bit thin in the bullpen right now. They're trying to beef it back up on their own. 0-1, hit high in the air, right center field, again playable. Dunston without his hat concedes this one.
Au revoir. Auf Wiedersehen. Ciao. Singapore.
Now batting the left fielder Teodoro Martinez.
1 back in the 5th inning on a force play grounder. We're still having some volume issues. What I see, what I hear, and what is being pumped out through the system are completely different things. 4-1 Lancaster here in the 7th. 2 outs. Shaw, the base runner. And the first pitch to Martinez, a strike as he backs away. 0-1. Beautiful night for baseball at Clipper Magazine Stadium. And we hope that we didn't lose fans to the rains earlier today. 0-1. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball pulled on the ground. Hoover will get to it on the hole. He'll fire across the diamond. The throw is perfect. He has Martinez. Hall safely through the 7th inning. No runs, a hit, no errors, 1 man left. We are at the 7th inning stretch tonight here at Clipper Magazine Stadium. Our score, Lancaster 4 and Wild Health 1.
The sounds of summer. Can it get any better? Oh yeah, I forgot about that one. Discover the unforgettable sensations of the Lexus Performance lineup. Explore the possibilities of a Lexus at the Golden Opportunity Sales Event, now through September 6th. See Bobby Rahal Lexus in Mechanicsburg or Lancaster County.
This season offers a whole line of new items from Otto's Hospitality. Dig into the world-famous Nathan's Hot Dogs. Take a trip to Otto's Cantina for a walking taco or your favorite adult beverage. Enjoy a helmet of Otto's meatballs or a sausage with peppers from the Broken Bat Deck. For the sweet tooth, there are jumbo chocolate chip cookies, Skyline cotton candy, and ice cream novelties. Or simply snack on Emma's popcorn in a variety of exciting flavors. What a great way to savor your time at the ballpark, courtesy of Otto's.
A very quick top half of the 7th inning. And now Dustin Beggs back out there for the Wild Health Genomes. This has been a very well-pitched game on both sides tonight. The Barnstormers have gotten to Beggs for a couple of home runs to the right side, and that is our difference here this evening. Trace Lair, Sean Dunston Jr., and Melvin Mercedes will be the hitters in the Lancaster half of the 7th inning. Still no one throwing in the Barnstormers bullpen. Ross Peoples trusting Brooks Hall to get through one more. The man is, for the second time in a row, pitched an absolute gem against one of the better hitting teams in this league. Lair has grounded out and homered, getting one out to right center field in the backyard, his second homer of the year, coming back in the 5th inning. The bigger blow was the 2-run shot by Robinson in the 4th. Beggs has overall allowed 9 hits. Outside of the home run, the other 7 have been singles. To Lair, Trace swings away and pops this up behind shortstop. Backpedaling is Melbauer, and then Martinez calls him off. Out number 1 recorded here in the lower half of the 7th inning. Top of the order, Sean Dunston Jr. stepping in. Sean 1 for 3 tonight. So I think we have our volume issues straightened out. And trying to figure out how to avoid this. But I may be accidentally brushing a knob when I'm going to the commercials. It doesn't look that way, and it doesn't sound it at all to me. Breaking ball for a strike. It is 0-1. I hear it the same. Here's the 0-1. Dunston goes the other way. Martinez on the run after this, and he is able to get there and pull it in for out number 2. Teodoro Martinez has been everywhere, covering left field in the bottom of the 7th. Now Mercedes will step in. Melvin is 2 for 3. That is 5 putouts for Martinez on the night. Beggs still only has 2 strikeouts, and they both came in the 5th inning. He has walked only 1. That was in the 4th. Mercedes shows bunt and watches it all the way in for a strike, and I have to believe that was the intent right from the beginning. 0-1, the count on Melvin. Beggs comes back, and Martinez looks at delivery off the inside corner, a fastball. It's 1-1. Over the plate at the knees for a second strike, and now Melvin will have to make an attempt. He's tried to extend the inning for Hall and give him a bit of a breather. Into the dirt for ball 2. It is 2-2. Beggs has not yet closed in on 100 pitches. Looks like the Barnstormers will get some action going in the bullpen. West Tunnel, I think that is up and around down there, stretching out but not throwing yet. So Hall will come out for the 8th inning. Here's a 2-2. Mercedes loops it out to left, and Teodoro Martinez will glove another one. All 3 putouts in 3 completely different directions for Teodoro Martinez here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Nothing across. We'll go to the 8th with the score 4-1 in favor of the Barnstormers.
Localflavor.com, local flavor. Localflavor.com, local flavor.
Excuse me, are you saying localflavor.com?
Oh, yeah, it's where I save big bucks on all kinds of things. Home improvement projects, dining out, family fun, electronics, jewelry, clothing. I even bought my wife a fancy spa package for half price.
Half price?
Yep, you know all the deals you find in Clipper Magazine.
I love Clipper Magazine.
Well, they're all on localflavor.com too. And you can get them right on your phone thanks to localflavor.com's mobile app. Here, take a look.
Well, this app is amazing. Look at all these restaurants, amusement parks, car washes, fitness centers. This is worth sharing about.
Exactly. Localflavor.com online, the Local Flavor mobile app, and Clipper Magazine together. It's like a triple play.
Do the cheer again. I'm in.
Localflavor.com. Local Flavor. Come on, everybody. Localflavor.com. Local Flavor. Localflavor.com. Local Flavor.
Lancaster County Motors Subaru once again presents the Subaru Outdoor Experience. Located along the first base line, this space welcomes fans to a different experience while attending games. The Subaru Outdoor Experience focuses on creating social engagement among the fans. Fans will identify with the Subaru Outdoor Experience, which includes games like life-size Jenga, shuffleboard, ping pong, giant checkers, and bocce ball, along with an art wall of kayak, bike, and recycling arts parts and information, a dog-kissing booth, a barbershop corner, and opportunities to engage with the local business that made this unique space possible. Come enjoy the games while watching the game.
Well, the Barnstormers do go to the bullpen after all, and it will be Cole Aker out for the 8th inning. Hall went 7. He gave up 2 hits and 1 unearned run. He walked 1 and struck out 5, so a second consecutive stellar performance for Brooks Hall. He's in line for the win tonight. Aker trying to hold on through the 8th inning. Cole is into his 15th game, 2-1, with a 3.12 ERA, 13 hits, 17 in the third innings. And he is facing Demetrius Moore, who has one of the 2 Wild Health base hits in the game. Aker to the plate, and Moore takes the first pitch and lofts this toward left center field. There goes the hat again for Sean Dunston Jr., and he makes the catch. 1 pitch, 1 out for Cole. Clayton Melbauer, the shortstop, will come to the plate. He is 0 for 2. Melbauer grounded into that critical double play to get Hall out of the potential disaster that the 5th inning was. Outside of that inning, he faced just 1 batter over the minimum in his other 6. 1 out, nobody on base. Melbauer takes an Aker pitch just off the outside corner. It's ball 1 and no strikes. 4-1. Barnstormers are leading. Here's a 1-0 delivery. Aker gets that across. 1 ball, 1 strike. Tennessee native is Cole Aker. Joined the Barnstormers in late May. Former St. Louis Cardinal farmhand. Foul ball back. It's 1-2. And just part of this incredibly deep bullpen that the Barnstormers had. I mean, I have drawn the comparisons often to the way Butch had the team set up for the second half back in 2015. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and that is wide to Melbauer, 2-2. That year, if the Barnstormers had a lead like this, the game was over. This year's bullpen hasn't quite proven itself to that extent yet, but the potential for it to be like that is there. Melbauer awaits the 2-2, and this is slapped out to right field. Fading back on it is Felice. He will glove it. 2 up and 2 down in the 8th inning. And it will bring on the switch-hitting first baseman Luke Becker, who is 0 for 3. Aker's fastball is in the 92s, and that last one at 94. And he is one of the softer throwers in the Barnstormers bullpen. As I said, I talked to Mark Minikazi after the game last night, and he said, you guys have got some kind of bullpen. We all know it here. It was just a question of getting the back end together and having everybody settle down. First pitch strike across on Becker. It's 0-1. And get these guys slotted correctly, and this bullpen has a chance to take this team a long, long way. Becker bats 0-1. The target set by Shaver. The fastball is good for a second strike. It is 0-2. Aker has been brought in. Brett Clark has been brought in. Eric Cha. Boy, he's so good if he throws strikes. It's just been the kind of downfall with Eric. 0-2 off the outside corner, but in a nice spot. Ball 1 and 2 strikes to Becker. Had everybody thinking for a second anyhow. Aker straight up and down. Here's the 1-2. Becker has to leap back out of the way. An errant slider. And it is 2 balls and 2 strikes. And the Barnstormers did not have a bad bullpen to begin with. Wes Tunnel also coming in after the start of the season. 2 balls, 2 strikes, the count to Becker. The motion and the pitch. This is popped up foul out of play. Will stay at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Lancaster leading 4-1. The bullpen needing to pick up 4 more outs to win the 7th straight at home. 2-2. This is driven out to left field. Trayvon Robinson has it gauged. Aker uses all of his outfielders here in the top half of the 8th inning. Nothing across for the Genomes, and we're through 7.5 with Lancaster still leading 4-1.
The sounds of summer. Can it get any better? Oh yeah, I forgot about that one. Discover the confidence of Lexus Safety System Plus. Explore the possibilities of a Lexus at the Golden Opportunity Sales Event, now through September 6th. See Bobby Rahal Lexus in Mechanicsburg or Lancaster County.
Not a substitute for safe and attentive driving practices. See Owner's Manual.
There is a weekend in July where the baseball world revolves around a village in upstate New York. Baseball Hall of Fame induction weekend in Cooperstown is an unforgettable experience full of family-friendly activities and priceless moments. Make your plans today for July 22nd through 25th for the induction of Bud Fowler, Gil Hodges, Jim Cott, Minnie Minoso, Tony Oliva, Buck O'Neill, and David Ortiz as the class of 2022. Visit baseballhall.org today for the
We go to the bottom of the 8th inning. The Barnstormers ahead by 3, and a man who was part of our ball club back in 2019, Alejandro Chacin, has taken over. Chacin in 13 appearances, 1-0 with a 3.29 ERA for Wild Health. 11 hits allowed, 5 earned runs. He has walked 10, and he has struck out 14. He's also hit 4 batters. Venezuela native from Maracay. Chacin, a one-time Cincinnati Red. He'll face Dugan, Cordero, and Shaver in the bottom half of the 8th inning. If the Barnstormers score, that will deny a save opportunity. And Lancaster does have a right-hander working on the inner mound, and that's why I did not see Aker. That mound, especially with the guys dressed in black, hard to see from my perch. If they're on the mound toward the foul line, I could see him throwing on the inner mound, not quite as easy. Now the Barnstormers up by 3. Wouldn't mind extending it in this bottom of the 8th inning. Again, the Barnstormers have won 6 in a row. It looks like Tunnel starting to warm up in the Lancaster pen. He has saved 4 here lately. Chase Johnson got the save in the finale against York. Graham and Schumann haven't quite worked their way back to the 8th and 9th inning roles yet. But Ross is so rich out in that bullpen. He's never had it this good with the entire corral of quality arms that he's got out there now. Add in Tunnel and Sullentrop and Schumann and Graham and Johnson and Clark and Aker. It's incredible. Here is Dugan, 0 for 2 with a walk so far tonight, facing Chassin, who gets the signal from Carlos Castro. Alejandro into the motion. First pitch is down low to Kelly. It is ball 1 and no strikes. Beggs worked 7. He gave up 9 hits, 4 runs, 3 earned. Walked 1 through a wild pitch, struck out 2. And ultimately victimized by the dimensions here in Lancaster. He was also saved by them on Shaver's drive back in the 6th inning. 1 ball and no strikes to Dugan. He gets chased out of the box. Chassin falls behind him 2-0. Beautiful sunset tonight here in Lancaster. Multi-hued. Here's the 2-0. Dugan lets that go, and it skips to the backstop for ball 3. We'll see if Kelly has a take sign here or if he is free to swing at 3-0. With Ross Peoples coaching third and Troy Steffi over at first. Ross has this ball club going in a positive direction right now. Here's a 3-0. Dugan goes for it and pops it up on the left side. His timing still is not back. Third baseman Moises Sierra had to fight that one for a moment. It's the 6th straight out in the air for the Barnstormers hitters. 1 gone, and Andretti Cordero will step in. Cordero with a bloop single into right back in the 6th inning. 1 out of 3 in the ball game tonight. Hardly a game goes by that Cordero does not contribute a base hit somewhere. He was 0 for 2 with a walk in the second game back on Tuesday, but he hasn't put together the long on-base streak overall that Carlos Franco has. Down low for a ball on Andretti, 1-0, because Franco is among the league leaders in walks as well. Cordero isn't. Andretti, the last few days, has started to pick up some bases on balls, but he's an aggressive hitter. He likes to go for it early in the count. 1-0 pitch, not on that. Ball 2, way outside. Colton Shaver waits on deck. 4-1 Barnstormers. They need 3 outs. They'll face Sierra, Paredes, and Davis with Shaw in the hole in the 9th inning. Eli Villanueva is out to check in on Chassin in the middle of his second batter. He's fallen behind 3-0 and now 2-0. 5 pitches out of 6 have missed the zone, and the Genomes have another right-hander tuning up down in the bullpen. We have not seen the lefty Luis Guzman in this series out of the pen. And we haven't seen Robbie Ross or Robbie Scott. Now, Scott's been starting. And we haven't seen Ross. Neither one of the lefties used last night, but that would have been a waste ultimately, with the Barnstormers already ahead by a bundle. 2 balls, no strikes to Cordero. Bottom half of the 8th inning here tonight. Andretti will take a strike as Villanueva points Chassin in the right direction. It is 2-1. The windup, the pitch. Ball 3 is low and away, 3-1. One out, nobody aboard. Bottom half of the 8th inning. And a strike taken. Cordero thought he had the walk. He gets to 3-2. Action continues in the Lancaster bullpen. Will pencil in a hold for Cole Aker. 3-2 pitch, ground ball left side. That will be handled by Sierra. Time for the throw, but it's low, and Becker can't pick it. And Cordero is now hobbling Oh, good heavens. Andretti Cordero pulling up as he crossed first base. And if the Barnstormers lose him, I don't know what to do. Troy Steffi out to check in on Andretti. Low throw that got away from Becker. The Barnstormers with a one-out base runner in front of Colton Shaver. Cordero seems to indicate that he's all right. An error is charged to Moises Sierra on the throw. That is the 7th error committed by the Genomes in the series. And I remember Mark Minicozzi the last time the Genomes were here was very concerned about his infield play. And one can understand watching this series why. Shaver bats with 1 out, 1 on. Cordero says he's all right. And Colton will take a strike over at the knees. It's 0-1. I had visions of Cordero having to come out. I mean, there's a move you can make. There are actually a couple different directions you could go as far as replacements here because the Barnstormers have a fair amount of versatility. They just don't have a lot of bodies. You could bring Felice into play first. He's done it. And move Torrance to the outfield. You could have Peroni catch and Shaver go to first. Throw to first, and that one almost got away from Becker. No balls, 2 strikes to Colton Shaver with Trayvon Robinson, who's been the big hitting star tonight, waiting on deck. 4-1, bottom 8. To Shaver 0-2, it bounces away from Castro, and he's got no idea where that ball is. Cordero jogging ahead to second on the second wild pitch for the Genome staff tonight. Now a base hit can ruin the save opportunity. I'm not sure Cordero's at full speed. One ball, 2 strikes to Colton Shaver. Cordero leads from second, and now time is called. Charleston leading Staten Island 5-4 in the 8th inning tonight. Southern Maryland is up 5-3 over York in the bottom of the 6th. If those 2 scores were to hold as well as this one, there would be a 3-way tie for first in the North here in the second half, the Barnstormers included, along with Staten Island and Southern Maryland. Lexington up 4-0 over Long Island through 5.5 innings. The Ducks have not come out of the gate very quickly here in the second half. They need to win this half or have Southern Maryland win it again, I think, in order to try and extend their streak of trips to the championship series. Ball 3 is low on Shaver, and he's at a full count again. Imagine that. Cordero at second base with 2 outs. The Ducks haven't made it to the playoffs yet, and they have been to the finals 5 straight years. Imagine that. 3-2. Shaver trying to pick up an extra run here. Chassin comes to the set. Here's the pitch. And Colton fouls it off his foot. Still 3-2. You really want to see this Barnstormers team go on a run here in the second half. Still needed is a way to fill in the big hole left by the injury to Ladarius Clark. He'll be out for a while. Time is called. Shaver will back out. You're not going to fill the entire hole, but as long as you can bridge the gap somehow with a quality player, whether a power hitter, a speed guy, I'm not sure what's really needed right now. 3-2. Shaver rips that foul into the screen above the third base dugout. He'll stay alive at 3-2. I think the bat is needed more than the speed because this club already has Dunston and Torrance, who can really tear it up on the bases and cover a lot of ground in the outfield. With Clark, of course, you had both. 3-2 again to Shaver. Chassin to the plate, and he gets him to chase after what would have been ball 4. Colton Shaver gone on strikes. Well, that's 0 for 7 with runners in scoring position tonight. After 11 for 26 last night, with a great pitching effort and a couple of home runs, it has not cost the Barnstormers. Trayvon Robinson will give it a chance. Robinson 2 for 3. He had a 2-run homer back in the 4th inning, and that was the big blow in this ball game so far. Cordero leads off second with 2 away. Robinson trying to ding Chassin. And he hits a little flare out towards shallow left. Leaping try by Melbauer. Can't bring it in. Cordero will score, and it's 5-1. Robinson drives in his 3rd. Melbauer with a leaping, twisting attempt at it. Got a glove on the ball. That will be a base hit for Trayvon Robinson. And the Barnstormers lead by 4. Robinson having a huge night. And here is Anderson Felice, who is 1 out of 3. Third hit for Trayvon Robinson tonight. The Barnstormers have a total of 10. Trayvon, a short lead off first. That's an unearned run. Charge to Chassin here in the 8th inning. And Felice will swing and miss. Down a strike. It is 0-1. Well, the Barnstormers will go to the bullpen. I believe it's tunnel out there. It simply is no longer a save situation. 5-1 the lead. And to Felice, a swing and a miss. It's 0-2. Barnstormers won their season opener. And they haven't been close to leading the North Division since that opening night. As Southern Maryland got out to the 20-3 start. Felice with a fly ball off the end of the bat. You may hear some oohs and ahs, but that's manageable for Shaw. Ending the inning, the Barnstormers get a run on a hit and an error. They leave one, and we'll go to the 9th inning now. Lancaster leads by the score of 5-1.
Hi everyone, Adam Gochenauer from Gochenauer Appliances, and I'm excited to tell you about a new addition to the Gochenauers family this summer season. We are now selling Titus gas grills. Titus gas grills gives you a high quality, all stainless steel grill at an affordable price. And the best thing is you can assemble it yourself in just 5 minutes. That's right, 5 minutes. Stop by to see this great grill now and mention this ad to receive a free gas grill cover with your Titus grill purchase. Gochenauers in East Petersburg.
For the youth of our area, the Barnstormers are offering a wide variety of camps throughout the summer to teach everyone some tips on baseball and softball. Camps are offered to kids as young as 4 and as old as 12. Some even involve the parents. They run from June 11th all the way through September 17th. For more information, go to LancasterBarnstormers.com and click on the Youth Baseball tab. All presented by Orthopedic Associates of Lancaster and Play It Again Sports.
5-1, West Tunnel will try and finish it off here tonight. The right-hander from Phoenix, Arizona, product of Baylor, where he was a position player. This will be his 20th Barnstormers appearance. He is 1-0 with 4 saves and a 2.57 ERA, 12 hits allowed in 21 innings. We talked about the Barnstormers relief staff. The batting average against Aker coming into tonight, 224, and the Genomes were 0 for 3 in this one. Against Cha, 176. Against Clark, 221. Against Goodson, it's still 295, but coming down. Graham, 209. Johnson, 244. Schumann, 219. Sullentrop, 208. And Tunnel, 182. Oh, it is very difficult for opposing teams now to find its way through this Barnstormers pen as long as Ross Peoples doesn't have to overuse anyone. Moises Sierra leads off the ninth. He is 0 for 3, all against the starter Brooks Hall. A 2-hitter for Brooks tonight. He's given up just 3 hits in 14 innings in his last 2 starts. Barnstormers' team ERA keeps dropping. And barring a bad 9th inning, it will again tonight. Tunnel goes to work on Sierra. First pitch is a fastball high. It is 1-0. If velocity is all that major league organizations care about, then some of these Barnstormers have to be scratching their heads as to why they have not left. 1-0 pitch in at the knees. Sierra batting at 1-1. Tunnel, another guy who can throw in excess of 95 miles per hour. He has hit 98. Not there tonight. Sierra batting at 1-1. Here's the wind and the pitch, and Tunnel hits him. So it's a 5-1 ball game, but the leadoff man is on here in the 9th inning. And it's not the first time that a Barnstormer reliever has done that lately. Jimmy Paredes will come to the plate. He is 0 for 3. The Barnstormers staff hitting their 62nd batter of the season. Infield will set up a double play depth against Paredes. Runner on as Tunnel delivers an errant breaking ball to Sierra. West will come to the set to Paredes. A swing and a miss at the heat. No balls and 1 strike. Runner on with nobody out in the top half of the 9th inning. The one issue with this bullpen has been a tendency to allow the first man to reach base. Swing and a miss again. It's 0-2. Does Tunnel go back to a breaking ball here? Just looking for outs. Cordero holding Sierra on at first to Paredes. Here is the 0-2. Ground ball pulled foul. And again, off a fastball. Still 2 strikes in the count. Tunnel to Paredes. West Tunnel got to AAA Reno last year. He and Cameron Gann both out there. Still 0-2. Nobody out here in the top of the 9th. Lancaster leading by 4. West Tunnel to the high set to Paredes. Breaking ball swung on and missed. Tunnel has the Barnstormers 1 out closer to their 7th consecutive home win. Earlier in the year, the club lost 12 straight on the road. Chris Davis will come to the plate 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored. Davis last year was in Las Vegas in the same division as Reno. Last year it was AAA West, but I'd like to forget those names ever existed. Fastball outside and low to Davis. It is 1-0. And he just went in and absolutely wrecked that division. He had .333 with 10 homers in 16 games. Drove in 25. Had 15 extra base hits in 16 games. Good golly. Tunnel to Davis, swing and a miss at the Heat. And it is 1 ball and 1 strike. Though these two may well have encountered one another. Davis with 221 major league home runs. And you've got to think there's a path back, and a very quick path back. He takes a breaking ball from Tunnel, and now it's 2 balls and a strike. Chris Shaw waits on deck. 5-1 Lancaster, top of the 9th, with 1 out and a runner at first base. If Davis shows he's swinging the bat well, he'll be back in a hurry. He was in the big leagues last year with both Texas and Oakland, but he only hit .204. Swing and a miss. Tunnel at the fastball, and now it's 2-2. He first got to the major leagues, did Davis, with the Milwaukee Brewers in 2013. The next year, an everyday player, hit just .244, but with 22 home runs. Never had a tremendously high batting average at the major league level. Swing and a miss here. Tunnel is through Davis. Back-to-back strikeouts for West. And Chris Shaw is the final hope tonight for the Wild Health Genomes. Shaw is 1 for 3. He had a base hit back in the 7th inning, just the second for the Genomes in the game. Tunnel needs 1 more out. Shaw digs in. Here's the pitch, and it slides inside and low. Ball 1, no strikes. This Lancaster staff, 4th in the league in WHIP. Ball 2 is upstairs, 2-0. Now on Shaw, and tonight will not hurt in that category. And 3rd in batting average against, only Gastonia and High Point are better than the Barnstormers in terms of keeping the other team from base hits. Here's a 2-0 pitch. Shaw with a swing and a miss. 2-1. Lancaster pitchers tonight have struck out 7. That's actually low for this staff. 2-1. Foul to the third base side. Tunnel needs 1 more strike. He has Shaw at 2-2. Shaw has struck out, reached on an error, technically a force play. The error was at second, and then he singled into right back in the 7th inning. Carlos Castro, the on-deck hitter for the Genomes. Tunnel trying to make sure he never steps in. Shaw bats 2-2. West Tunnel ready to go. The runner leaves from first and then pulls up. Ball 3 is high. So Sierra staying in place. The count to Shaw is 3-2. West Tunnel has gone the distance on Shaw here, trying to shut it down in the top of the 9th inning. Fireworks will soon be following for the crowd of just shy of $4,000. 3-2 pitch. There goes the runner, and it's ball 4 high. Castro will get the bat as Tunnel loses Shaw. Just the second walk given up by Lancaster pitching in the game. Castro will step in. He's 0 for 3. Teodoro Martinez is the on-deck hitter. Tying run in the on-deck circle now. A hit batter and a walk around a couple of strikeouts. And the Genomes remain alive in this ninth inning. Tunnel on the third ball to Shaw reached 97.5 miles per hour. 2 outs, 2 on. Castro the batter. And Tunnel will serve him a strike. It is 0-1. One more precious out still needed. Series concludes tomorrow at 1. Max Posey for the Genomes. And the Barnstormers will be going with Cameron Gann. 1 strike pitch. Castro fights it off the hands. He's down 0-2. And once more, the Genomes are down to a last strike here tonight. 0-2 to Carlos Castro. Do you try a breaking ball? He hasn't seen one yet. Tunnel's 0-2, and it is a breaking ball. It's skied to center. Tough time of night. Signaling for it is Dunston. He'll make the catch. The Barnstormers have won their 7th straight here at Clipper Magazine Stadium. No runs, no hits, no errors. 2 are stranded in the top half of the ninth. The Barnstormers with the type of win that you'd like to see this team put together quite often with the pitching staff that Ross Peoples has assembled here at Clipper Magazine Stadium. We'll be back with the line totals on tonight's ball game in just a moment. Our final score, the Lancaster Barnstormers 5 and the Wild Health Genomes 1.
For nearly 50 years, Orthopedic Associates of Lancaster has provided a full spectrum of care for athletes of all ages and skill levels. Orthopedic Associates of Lancaster offers on-site urgent care, X-ray, MRI, immobilization, and is committed to helping you manage and prevent injuries, getting you back in the game as soon as possible. Orthopedic Associates of Lancaster is located at 1700 Cornwall Road in Lebanon, or you can visit them on the web at fixbones.com.
Get out of the heat and dive under the sea this summer with Disney's Little Mermaid at Dutch Apple Dinner Theater. Join Ariel on her adventure from the sea through the human world. Based off a 1989 animated film, Disney's Little Mermaid will keep kids young and old entertained. Performances are Tuesday through Sunday with matinee and evening show options available. Each performance also includes a buffet-style meal prior to the show. Call Dutch Apple Dinner Theater at 717-898-1900 or visit us at DutchApple.com to reserve your tickets today.
The Lancaster Barnstormers continue to get fabulous pitching here at home. Another quality start by a Barnstormer that is on this homestand, the 3rd out of 4, and the last homestand wrapped up with a couple of quality starts, 5 out of the last 6. Overall, a 7-game winning streak in Lancaster for the host club. Now 4-1 in the second half, 33 and 38 on the season for the Barnstormers. 5 runs, 10 hits, 2 errors, 5 left for Lancaster tonight. 1 run, 2 hits, 3 errors, and 5 left for the Wild Health Genomes. The win goes to Brooks Hall. He's 2-1. And the loss to Dustin Beggs, who pitched well on his own right, 5-4 for Beggs on the season. No save tonight with the 4-run lead going into the 9th inning. Home runs, the Barnstormers hit a couple of Trayvon Robinson with a 2-run shot in the 4th inning, his first of the year. And Trace Lair with the bases empty in the 5th inning, his 2nd home run of the season. Overall, the hitting star Robinson, 3 out of 4 with the home run and 3 runs batted in. 2 hours, 25 minutes, a quick one here tonight. And the attendance at Clipper Magazine Stadium, 3,984. And they can sit back and enjoy fireworks. It's not completely dark, but good enough here at Clipper Magazine Stadium to get the lights turned off and the fireworks started. 5-1, the Barnstormers victorious tonight. Lancaster got the first run in the first inning. That one was a gift. A one-out single by Melvin Mercedes, who went to second on a wild pitch. He took third on a ground out by Kelly Dugan and scored when Clayton Melbauer, the shortstop, bobbled a grounder by Andretti Cordero for the first of the 3 wild health errors in the ball game tonight. Lancaster would put 2 more on the board in the 4th inning when, with 2 outs, Colton Shaver lined a single into left. Trayvon Robinson followed with his homer to right. It was 3-0. The only tough inning for Hall out of the 7 that he worked tonight was the 5th, and he created part of it himself. He walked Chris Davis leading off, and then Hall handled a tapper to the first base side of the mound by Shaw, and Brooks tried to get the force out at second, but he lost his balance while getting rid of the throw, and he fired the ball past Jake Hoover out into left center field for an error. Runners ended up at first and third. The next batter was Carlos Castro, and he popped up into foul ground. That was gloved by Shaver for the first out of the inning. Then Teodoro Martinez hit a slow grounder over toward third. Trace Lair tried to get the force out at second, and he pulled Mercedes off the bag. And that was the second error of the inning, a run scored on the play. Demetrius Moore then picked up a ground single into left, the first hit off of Hall, and just 1 of 2 for the Genomes tonight. It loaded the bases with 1 out. The 3-1 lead was in jeopardy. Melbauer grounded into a 6-4-3 double play, killing the hopes ultimately for the Genomes in the game. Lair hit the home run in the 5th inning to make it 4-1, and then Trayvon Robinson capped off his big night with a single just off the glove of the leaping Melbauer. Drove in an unearned run in the 8th inning. The story, though, Barnstormers pitching, throwing a combined 2-hitter tonight. The only run was unearned. The staff walked 2, hit a batter, and struck out 7 over the course of the game tonight as Lancaster's pitching continues to be the story after last year where the club fought to get the ERA as a team below 7. Now it is approaching 4.5, and the Barnstormers in the top half of the Atlantic League in team pitching and in many of the categories other than ERA. As we mentioned in the 9th, they're in the top 3 or 4 in the Atlantic League right now on this pitching staff, and it is getting better as time goes by with Graham and Schumann returning. There's just so much to like about this bullpen, the way it's set up. The starting rotation has come together. We've seen great efforts out of Ball and Hall and De La Cruz and Manoa as of late. Cameron Gann's last outing was pretty strong into the 6th inning. The Barnstormers will turn to him to try and sweep the Genomes here tomorrow afternoon. The Barnstormers, with this win, clinched the season series against Wild Health. Lancaster has won 5 out of 8 with just 1 game remaining. Elsewhere around the Atlantic League, and it's time to scoreboard watch at least a little bit. Obviously still very, very early in this second half. We've talked about the importance of the Barnstormers getting off to a fast start in this second half, and they are doing just that. Charleston leads Staten Island 5-4 going into the bottom of the 9th inning at Community Park on Staten Island. In the 8th inning, a quick one after a rain delay. Gastonia is up 1-0 over High Point. Lancaster with the win here. Lexington is shutting out Long Island 4-0. They're at the end of 7. Southern Maryland with a 7-3 lead over York in the top half of the 8th inning. So if Charleston holds on, Southern Maryland holds on, the Blue Crabs, the Barnstormers, and the Ferry Hawks would all be tied at the top of the heap in the North Division with identical 4-1 records. The Barnstormers, in theory, need to win the half in order to make it to the playoffs. It's going to be tough to get a wild card. The only way that could happen would be for the Barnstormers to put together an outstanding half and slip in, I think, behind Southern Maryland with nobody else in the chase, and also High Point falling off in the second half. Barnstormers winning tonight, though, by the score of 5-1. We'll take a peek at the Major League scores. Again, the Phillies shut out the Cardinals today by the count of 1-0. Another shutout. It was the White Sox over Detroit, 8-0. The Orioles also tossed a shutout today, 1-0 over the LA Angels. Texas beat Minnesota 9-7. Oakland over Houston 3-2. Arizona defeated Colorado 9-2. Cleveland slammed Kansas City 13-1. Cincinnati won it in 10, 5-4 over Tampa Bay. Atlanta beat Washington 4-3. Mets over Miami in 10, 5-4. It was the Pirates topping Milwaukee 4-3 in regulation. San Francisco and San Diego tonight are in the 7th of a 1-1 ball game. The Yankees lead Boston 3-1, top half of the 6th. Cubs, Dodgers, and Toronto, Seattle still about an hour away. Fireworks are done for the night. The Lancaster Barnstormers have defeated the Wild Health Genomes by a final score of 5-1, and ultimately an early night here at Clipper Magazine Stadium. The series will wrap up tomorrow. We'll be back on Blue Ridge 11 for the first of 4 telecasts in a row coming up this week, tomorrow and then Tuesday through Thursday. We'll be joined by Eric May and Pete Andrelzik, one or the other, over the course of the coming week. And I'm not sure which order they are in, but I know that I'll be working with both here over the next few days. So you can join us on Blue Ridge 11 on your cable or on the Barnstormers YouTube channel, all beginning at 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. Cameron Gann, 4 and 6 with the start for the Barnstormers, and it will be Max Povsey going for the Genomes. Povsey will come in with a record of 4 wins and 5 losses. So that's the story here tonight. Tomorrow, the Barnstormers will go for their ultimately 3rd consecutive sweep and their 8th straight win here at Clipper Magazine Stadium. Join us tomorrow. Now for my assistant, Toby Prime, our video producer, Ryan Cortazzo, all the cast and crew here at Clipper Magazine Stadium, and our presenting sponsor, Gockenauer Appliances of East Petersburg. I'm Dave Collins. Have a great evening, everyone, and we'll see you at the ballpark.